This is our 22nd event, everybody, our 22nd. Welcome. Let's say hello to the world wherever you're joining us. I have curated all these amazing practitioners, healers, light workers, thought leaders, motivational speakers, shamans, intuitives, channels, animal communicators from all over the world. Even we have joining us today from Australia. It is 4 o'clock in the morning for poor Roy. So get him why he's good, why we got him, why it's nice and fresh. And I am Sheri Kaplan. I'm known as a Revitalizer. I am located here in Dania Beach in South Florida. I have been doing these events since 2015 when I started my business. And when I used to do it all over South Florida, I used to have sound healing baths, meditations, and psychic holistic health fairs. And I had 100 people in attendance during the heyday back in the good old days. And now I had to pivot it and bring it online because it's like part of my soul. It's part of my everything. And my whole goal is to bring you guys into helping us light workers, leaders, and healers be able to step into your power and your purpose and make some money expressing yourself and sharing your gifts and talents with the world. Because if we don't keep ourselves out there, they're not going to know what we have to offer. So today, everyone's going to have a chance to share 25 minutes on their main stage, which is a presentation or a demonstration of their services and their offerings. And they're going to teach you like a TED Talk style. Some might have they might have a PowerPoint, they might even play some music, they might even do some channeling, they might bring you out onto the main stage and be part of a demonstration. They might even call your animal to be part of the demonstration because we got something really fun today. We're going to be using animal communication, which is exciting. So we're tapping into working with our furry animals, and Annette's going to be working with your animals and today. Then we also have in room number 1, which is the playroom. This is where you're going to have fun play experiences. This is interactive. This is where you go in, you kind of keep your microphone on so you can talk and talk to each other. However, if the speaker wants to do a meditation or something guided, she'll ask you to mute, or they'll mute you for you. And so that's where you really get more interactive. That's where you'll have the hands-on opportunity to work with people on a first name basis. Now, if you want to have a reading or a healing or an experience with anybody, that is in room number 2. Room number 2 is the booking room. It's like going up to the front door of an event, an expo, and say, I want to have a reading, who's available? So, or I want to talk to a deceased loved one who's a medium. Or I really want to understand what's going on in the planets right now, who does astrology? Or I feel so stuck in my career, I need some options and some choices. Who does channeling, who's a psychic, who does readings, who does soul path readings. So everybody has their own little niche. Even if you want to go Akashic Records, we can go to the Akashic Record route. We have, shamans, we have people that use Bach flower remedies. We're working with electronic health technology today. I'm really excited to share about the iTerra Care. We have Ricky, who's going to be joining us today, which is also one of my new toys. It's a new, I don't know if you can see it, probably not. Let me back it up like this. It's from Malaysia. It's brand new technology, and it works with terahertz frequency, quantum healing, and optical crystal quartz. So we'll be sharing that information later, and it's going to be life-changing for many people, and you're going to want to hear Ricky speak about that. So we're still letting people in the room. We got still speakers in the room. Welcome back, everybody. If you can put in the chat where you're joining us from. Is it your first time? Where are you joining us? So let us know like what the reach is. How far is the marketing getting? Is my marketing working? Where are you joining us from? Or Oriana, oh, hey, you made it, Oriana. I remember talking to you, great. So where are you guys from? Let us know, put it in the chat. Iowa, how cold is it there? Netherlands, Jacksonville, Florida. Keep coming, where are you guys from? Second time, Vancouver, Virginia, India, cool. South Carolina. It's interesting to see like during these events, because of the lockdown, are people coming from other countries and what time of the day it is for them? Well, we got Pakistan, New Jersey, Merritt Island, Toronto, Ontario, South Florida, Virginia, another South Florida. Welcome. Put in the chat where you're from. You never know. You might meet somebody who's in your own town. Have a new friend. So welcome back, everybody. We're going to get started, and I'm going to make sure that you understand how to use the platform, and then we'll do the introductions. And then the first speaker coming out will be at 1:30, and then we'll open up the playroom at 1:30, and then we'll open up the appointment booking room. So in order for you guys to identify who's with us today, you will see the room number before their name, and then it'll tell you what services that they're offering, and it might even have a link to how to make a payment to them. Oh, we have somebody else coming in from Queens, another one, Virginia, Yulee, Florida, Iowa, Long Island, New York. Okay, so we got a lot of Americans here in the house. This prime time America. But Pakistan, awesome. Wonder what time it is over there. Okay, so what I'm going to teach you guys, depending on if you have a MacBook or if you're on a tablet or your phone or Windows, I'm going to show you how to use the breakout rooms, because I want you to understand this so that way you don't feel lost. If you're not comfortable about moving yourself in and out of the rooms, we will do it for you. We have enough people here that are volunteering to help today. It's either going to be their name will be identified with a volunteer in front of their name or administration. So we have Deb who's helping, we have Kiana helping, we have Sadi who's my Zoom engineer, and we have Gene who's helping out. Gene, there he is, volunteer, and then we have Ayel coming in, and great. So at the bottom of your screen, we're gonna open up the rooms so you guys can kind of see how it is. Okay, the rooms are open. If you left click your mouse where it says more and it has 3 dots, and you see the word that says breakout rooms, you're going to see a white screen that will pop up. It looks like a menu. You're going to see a whole bunch of names, and it's just going to have a whole bunch of names, and it says not joined. And if you drag it down, drag your mouse down to where it says number 1, playroom, and then you hit the word join where it says blue, join, that is where you go for the playroom every 30 minutes. If you want to go to the booking room, you go to number 2. Yael is already in there. We need to get her to the stage, Vicky, so she can introduce herself. So the psychic booking room is number 2. Yael will be helping you manage your 5-minute readings. Everybody's offering 5 minutes for free, 5-minute sessions, whether it's a healing, a reading, a card reading, a chakra analysis, a consultation, a little advice. I'll give you 5 minutes. So that's where you can try before you buy. So when you're trying before you buy, then you can say, hey, I want more, I want to go further. And then they all offer special reduced show prices, and you can ask them what they're charging and you pay them directly. If they're available, you can see them right then and there if no one's waiting, or or you go back into room number 2 and you book an appointment with them in the future. If you have any problems, go to the help desk, number 5. We're paying attention if anyone pops in there. If you get a little lost, that's number 5. So Vicky's in number 4, I'm in 3, but you're probably not going to go in there, and everybody's identified. You got Eugene in 8, Raphael in 10, Jen Post in 12, Royden in 18, Bhavna 24, Annette in 26, Maya in 44, Deb in 46, Lynn in 49, Ricky in 111, Juliana in 155, Kiana in 157, and Yael in 7. So that is where you meet them for their private sessions. Don't go in their room unless you have an appointment, and always check into room number 2 before your appointment in case they happen to be running late with their other client. Okay, so what I want you guys to quickly do, if you can jump into room number 1 or number 2, go in and go out. Go in and make sure you know how to do it. Go into room number 1 or 2, and then come back out to the main stage. Just make sure you know how to do it, because that's where the fun is in the back rooms and room
Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Okay. All right. If you've made it here, you can hear me loud and clear, or maybe loud. You can go ahead and hit the leave room in the bottom right-hand corner, and that will allow you to go back to the main room, and we're going to go back there and do introductions. All right.
Lakshmi, Patricia, Isla, Angela. I want to make sure you guys know how to go, or I'm going to move you and then you're going to come out. I'm going to move you guys in and then you figure out how to come out. Okay. Awesome. All right. So we're going to get started, and I'm going to start with the introductions, and everybody has a minute each. You know who you are, what room number you're in, what you're offering today, what your lecture of your presentation is, as well as your playroom experience. What service are you offering in your room at what's offer, what reduced show price, and what your door prize is, because after everybody speaks, they give away a door prize. So also when we do have demonstrations, the people that did pay and made a donation, they'll be the first ones brought to the stage. Okay, great. If somebody can also do me a favor, do a screenshot, because some reason my computer is not allowing me to do a screenshot, and I like to have a screenshot of the beginning if someone could do that. Okay. All right, so I'm going to bring people out in order of appearance. Bhavna, you here in the house? No, I don't see her yet. That's weird. I just talked. Oh, there she is. Bhavna, go ahead.
I'm here.
There you go. Hi.
Hi.
Go ahead. 1 minute, please.
Yes. Welcome, everybody. Good morning. This is Bhavna, the Golden Light. And I am a soul strategist, the Golden Light. And I am going to be offering people today wonderful things in the playroom at 1:30. I am going to be doing your clearing for your emotional feelings for I'm not good enough. And then at 3:30, I'm going to be offering fears, clearing one of your fears in the playroom. And then 7:30 in the main room, I'm going to be healing your divine feminine self. I do soul light language, which means I connect with you and your soul, and I know your soul's language, which is different for every person. So when I chant one-on-one, I would be also offering sessions. That's where I can go deeper within you and shift things. Golden Light is all about unconditional love light, and that's how I do my healing. So I'm excited to help each one of you. I'm also a coach, mentor, speaker, and an author. Thank you, Sheri.
Thank you, Bhavna. Thank you for being here.
You're
She's
welcome.
an awesome healer and a great reader as well. And Ricky here. Welcome to the stage, Ricky Brandino. If he didn't make it, Jen is up next, and then Juliana. Go ahead, Jen, welcome.
All right, welcome Earth and Star friends. All right, I am Jen Post. I am your Earth and Cosmic Guide. I am here to help you along every part of your awakening and spiritual process. I'm a tarot angel card reader, Reiki master teacher. I'm a channel of the highlight of Allah Kali. I do DNA activations. I speak the light language, past life channeler and therapist, angelic IET healer, Reiki healer, of course. I offer 2 important readings. The most important readings that you can really have in your life is the soul plan reading, where I can tell you all the things that you are here to experience and what you're here to transcend, why you have the relationships that you do, and what you're here to achieve at your highest level in this lifetime, your spiritual and earthly karma. I also do the Akashics, where I will tap into your guides, your past lives, even your star origins, as I do to channel the star races. I'm offer $1 a minute readings here today. I will be in the playroom at 2:30. Oh, the main stage, excuse me, at 2:30. I'm going to talk about your soul plan chart readings and your Akashic records, the dark night of the soul, and the current cosmic energies. And I'm going to be in the playroom at 5:30. We're going to journey to the stars. You're going to have a DNA activation, and we're going to just bring in whoever comes in, the ascended masters, light beings, for messages for you and healing. So come visit me in room 12. I'll be there, and I'll be able to offer these discount rates for you today. So welcome everybody and have fun. All right. Blessings.
Thank you, Miss Jen. And Jen usually gets pretty booked, guys, so jump in there quick. If you do want us, the room's not open yet for bookings. They will open up after the introductions. You have to join the breakout room, and you're going to go to room number 2. If you have a problem, we will move you. All you have to do is write in the chat, can you please move me to 2? And we'll do that for you. But we want to give you guys the ability to move around on your own. That way you can have a better time. So thank you everyone for being here. And up next is Juliana Rose, then Kiana, Raphael, Deb, Lynn, Roy, Annette, and Maya in that order. Juliana Rose.
Namaste, everybody. My name is Juliana Rose. Just recently, I've been given the source light name of Laite, so you may also call me that. I have lots of experience. I have more than 23 years of experience of awakening. I am here as a conscious awakener to do DNA reprogramming, emotional healing, crystalline grid work, as well as light activations for everybody. And right now I'm creating a very large community school that is being developed for many people who are global leaders for our world right now. I'm also creating a book, and for today, we will be working on sun crystalline light consciousness today. So we're going to be going to the sun and working on that for the presentation, as well as at 7 o'clock, I'll be doing shamanic god goddess drumming with light language, soul language activation. So I'm so happy to be here. So namaste.
Oops, thank you, Juliana Rose. Up next is Kiana Del Rey.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello, and thank you so much, Sheri, for congregating everyone here and throwing this wonderful, fabulous, holistic health fair. I love being a part of this. And thank you to all the people who have come today. I'm Kiana Del Rey. I help individuals with chronic illness heal themselves naturally through nutrition, non-toxic living lifestyle changes, and natural remedies. And yeah, so I'm an intuitive and fun person, and I'm so glad to be here with all the other holistic healers today. Today, I'm going to be doing a webinar talking about how to heal your body naturally. And then I'll also be in the playroom tonight doing a little meditation activation on how to activate self-love so that you can start the healing process within. So I'm just super excited to watch everyone give their presentations today, and I'm so excited to connect with you all. So thank you for being here.
Thank you, Kiana. Up next is Raphael, Deb, and then Lynn. Raphael Weissman, the Shungite man.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for all being here. So today I'm very focused on what I really like to do is to help everyone who wants to enter the heart, to be in your heart space, especially at these times. This is the most amazing time in our history of ever. And the so-called challenges are actually amazing opportunities. And what I'm hoping to do is help anyone who really has a hard time getting into their hearts to be able to live from that space and have a very simple, easy way through the breath to go there. I'm also a major passion a passionate person about something I call heart thread, which is a way to release patterns from the cells through being in that heart space and repeating words that come through an angelic presence and just through your cells. And I also am extremely passionate about shungite, and my space here is absolutely loaded with it. I also wear it, I make jewelry with it, I carry it on me. I got all sorts of energies around the shungite and how it can help to heal, help to keep us protected, but also to go deeper than that, beyond protection. And look at what's going on for us today. I channel amazing beings, and I also have a book that comes from them called the New Earth Council, The Path of the Spiritual Warrior, which I'm reworking. So I think that's probably enough. I'll be in room 10, and it looks like at your 2 o'clock, which is my noon, I'll have a full hour in the playroom, in my room, number 10, to help you to answer any questions or talk about shungite or whatever needs to come up for you. So I look forward to meeting you all and working with you. God bless. Thank you.
Thank you, Raphael. Deb Nye is up next, then Lynn, and then Roy.
Hello, hello. So you guys, I'm so excited for your journey today. You have a lot of great people here. I myself found out recently, which I kind of knew, but I have a lineage of psychics in my family, which I didn't really know because we don't really talk about it. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about the ascent process. And I think I'm definitely in room number 46. But what I also do is I do past life and introspective regression, where sometimes you might just come up with an illness out of us all of a sudden, or you might have a phobia that just pops up all of a sudden. And I help you to uncover that both in person here or like Sheri's taken this virtually. We now do so much virtually, and I love it because you also get a recording and you can replay that all the time. It's such good work. I do card readings. I do a lot of coaching. I do pendulum work, but I kind of help you through that ascension process too. And I love questions and I love that interaction. So look forward to getting to know each of you a little bit more. And I think we're on to Roy.
Lynn Singer's up next. Thank you. Thank you, Deb. Lynn, then Roy, then Annette. Thank you. Lynn Singer. Is she here?
Lynn not yet here.
She disappeared. Okay.
Yeah.
Roy, you're up next, and then Annette, and let's find where Lynn is.
G'day everyone, I'm Roy, the singing psychic from Tasmania, Australia. Now I'll be doing a little demonstration at 6:30 this evening, and I'll be in the playroom at 3 o'clock, also doing little mini readings and demonstrations. That'll be at 3 p.m. Now you can find me in room 18 or hang out in room 2 if anyone wants to book it with me. Now that's about me done. I'll hand the mic back to you, Sheri.
Okay, thank you, Roy. Singing psychic from Tasmania, Australia. He's a blast, everybody. When he does his readings, he's actually channeling songs. So get your pen and paper out because you're going to look up and listen to the songs. He's going to tell you the titles of the songs, and that is going to be your message. So up next is Annette. And then if Lynn comes back, we'll bring Lynn.
Hi, everybody. My name's Annette Moore. I am known as the Fur Baby Intuitive, and I recently started coaching fur babies, dogs, cats, and bunnies. And I recently completed a certification initially to help women to release trauma and trapped emotions. And now I figured out a way to help your pets. So you can come play with me in the fun room at 1:30 and learn about your emotions. I can help you release 1 or 2 trapped emotions in the fun room at 1:30. Or if you want me to release a trapped emotion from your pet, I can do that in the fun room also. So you get to decide, do you want me to focus on you or your pet? I'll be in my room for also additional releasing of trapped emotions at 4:30. And I'll be on the stage at 7 p.m. Eastern time today. My focus for my talk is how your emotions affect you and your pet, and also learn what your pet is not telling you. So my door prize today is I'm giving away a free session for you. And then I'm also giving away a free 30 minutes or a free hour session for you, a free 30-minute session for your pet. So if you don't have a pet, you can gift that 30-minute session to a family member or a friend who has a pet, and share the love. So if you want to figure out if your pet's feeling sad or depressed or anxious and how you can release some trapped emotions, come visit me. If your pet's feeling sluggish and low on energy, standoffish, has any behavioral issues, come see me and we can see what we can do to help your pet. And if you want to learn how to be a little bit happier and release some pain, anxiety, or stress in your life, come see me and we can help you release any of those negative energies in your body today. I'm offering a special show price, 20 minutes for $20. So if you like to book a session with me, so the first 5 minutes is free and then you get an extra 20 minutes. So I'll be around. This is my first time as a speaker in Sheri's events. I'm really glad to be back after being a participant and also being a volunteer. And now this is my first time presenting. So come check me out. My main specialty is helping you and your pet release trapped emotions. Thanks.
Good job. Great. Did awesome. And up next is Maya.
Hello.
Maya, PDW, go ahead.
Hello, everybody. I'm Maya, the Divine Witness, and I am here today to delve into all things creativity. So for any designers, graphic designers, copywriters, interactive design, anyone in the creative field, come see me today. What I do is I assist those who desire to connect their spirituality and their creativity to be able to channel their divine essence into their work and to overcome creative burnout and creative stress, which ultimately affects your finances. So let's delve into that today. You can see me in room 44, and I'll be in the playroom at 5 p.m. Eastern, on the main stage at 8:30 p.m. So I'm looking forward to connecting with all of you. It's going to be so much fun.
I always mute myself when I forget. Thank you, guys. Thank you for being here. And I think we pretty much got everybody unless Lynn, has Lynn showed up? No.
I tried reaching her on text, nothing so far.
Okay. So what we have coming up is we're going to start getting the party going. 1:30, the playroom is open. Annette is going to be starting about animal communication, and she just finished introducing herself. She works with emotional coach. She's an NLP hypnotherapist and certified life and love coach. And she's getting certified in animal communication. So go check her out in room number 1. The psychic booking room is open right now in room number 2. They're starting to take appointments. So any of the speakers can go into room number 2 and start seeing your guests and start making appointments or doing your 5-minute free. And then we have Bhavna, the healing light, and she's going to be here right now. I need to see her bio, guys. If anybody's helping me, put their bio in the chat.
Hey, Annette, how are you doing? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. How are you
Okay.
doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Eugene,
We'll
nice
wait.
to meet you.
You as well. I think I follow you on Facebook.
Yeah, just recently. That's nice
Yeah.
to meet you.
Trace, welcome to the room.
So that's my fiance, Trace.
Oh, that's right. I recognize the face from the pictures.
I wasn't sure what time we were supposed to come in here because everybody was still introducing themselves.
Well, I think they finished with that. I'm supposed to be in here at 1:30 and you're here, which is wonderful because that's not always the case. Some people, they get lost in all the activities that happen. So I'm glad to have you here.
Well, thank you. I am glad to be here. So Eugene, you're doing a great job so far.
Well, thank you. Hey, Amber, welcome to the room.
Hi, thank you.
Hi, Amber.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. I'm Annette.
Nice to meet you too.
So Trace is my fiance and Eugene is the volunteer helping out in the fun room right now. So not to put you on the spotlight, Amber, I wanted to, since you're the first person in the group, would you like to focus on you today or a pet?
I would love to focus on me.
Okay. Do you want to learn how to release a trapped emotion?
That would be great.
Okay. So can you tell me your age and where do you live?
Yeah, I'm 33 years old and I live in Butler, Pennsylvania.
Okay. And do you just want me to test to see if you have a trapped emotion or do you have a specific problem that you want to focus on?
I know there's a lot.
Just give me one.
Yeah. We could focus on the fear.
Okay, fear of what?
Fear of noises, illusions.
Okay, give me just one. Do you have a specific noise or a specific illusion? It gets a little bit garbly if there's too many things. I want to focus on one thing at a time.
It's more subconscious.
Okay, well, just give me a word and we'll figure it out.
I don't know how to pinpoint what the fear is.
Okay, so do you want me to just focus on fear in general then? And
That
we'll
would-
just kind of go from there?
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay, so I have my stand-up desk. I'm trying to create some space here and then we'll just focus on that, okay? So welcome everybody who's just now joining us. My name's Annette Moore. I'm an animal intuitive and I'm also, I help women with self-love and also to release trapped emotions. And so Amber has volunteered to go first and she wants to focus on releasing any trapped emotions relating to fear, okay? So since we're short on time and I want to be able to help as many people as I can in this 30-minute window, I'm not going to go into a whole lot of explanation. However, if you want to catch me later throughout the show, I'll be happy to answer any questions and give you more feedback, work with you another opportunity. Also, you can schedule a private session for 20 minutes and get more information. And I'm also available anytime after this event. Okay. So I'm going to just say a quick blessing for Amber, and then we're going to open up and I'm going to connect to her energy. So bear with me for just a few seconds. Okay. I got to take off all my energy jewelry so it doesn't block anything. So Amber is 33 years old. She lives in Butler, Pennsylvania. We're going to focus on seeing if we can release any fears for her today. Okay, So Amber, when I'm going through this, I'm talking to your subconscious mind, not to you. If I have a question, I'll let you know. Okay, so Amber, do you have a trapped emotion pertaining to fear that we can release now? Is it in column A? Is it in column B? Is it an odd row? Is it an even row? Is it in row 2? Is it in row 4? Is it emotion 4? Is it emotion 5? Is it emotion 3? Okay, so I have this little list of negative trapped emotions. There's 60 on here, and I'm muscle testing her energy. And the first trapped emotion that's come up for Amber is indecisiveness. Okay, well, so let's see what age indecisiveness showed up in Amber's life. Okay, so Amber, did you get this trapped emotion above the age of 20, above the age of 15, above the age of 10, above the age of 5? So this one is going all the way back to age 5 or younger. Did you get this trapped emotion of indecisiveness at age 5, age 4? Most people don't remember like age 10 or below. So I'm just going to assume that Amber does. Amber, do you remember anything that happened to you, traumatic or frustrating or stressful at age 4 that would create this indecisiveness? Amber, are you still with me?
I am.
Do you
My
know
whole
anything?
childhood, just like not being seen, not being heard, understood, chaos in the home.
Now I grew up Catholic, so I can totally resonate with the not being seen and not being being seen but not heard. I can totally relate to that comment. So would you like to release this trapped emotion of indecisiveness at age 4?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I'm going to say go, and we're both just going to breathe out 3 times. So let me see if there's anything else we need to know about this. Do we need to know anything else about this trapped emotion? We do not. Okay, Amber, go. Did we release this trapped emotion? Okay, so Amber, we released a trapped emotion of indecisiveness, contributing to fear. So I'm giving you a great job. High five here. Congratulations. Would you like to release one more?
That would be great.
Okay. Amber, do you have a trapped emotion contributing to fear that we can release now? Yes. Is it in column A? Is it in column B? Is it an even row? Is it an odd row? Is it row 1? Is it row 3? Row 3. Is it emotion 3, emotion 4, emotion 5, emotion 2, emotion 1? So this next trapped emotion is confusion. Let's see what age confusion showed up in your life. Did you get this trapped emotion above the age of 20, above the age of 10, above the age of 5? So here's another one below the age of 5 or at age 5. Did you get this trapped emotion age 5? Age 5 confusion. Does that make sense, Amber?
It does.
Okay. Do we need to know anything else? We do not. For some reason, my body's like real shaky for some reason. Are you a little nervous, Amber? Because I am. I don't know if this is my nervousness or yours.
My body's always in that shaky, like fearful state.
Okay, because
Yeah.
I'm feeling the energy.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what else we can do here. Do we need to know anything else about this trapped emotion confusion? Okay, Amber, are you ready to release confusion at age 5?
Yes.
Okay, go, blow out. Did we release this trapped emotion? Okay, Amber, we released this trapped emotion. So just to let everybody know, once this is released, it's gone for good. So there's a specific life event that happened to Amber when she was age 4. And then for the second release, something happened to her around age 5. And so when we release these trapped emotions by breathing out, 10% of her transformation is occurring right now while we're talking to each other. And then the rest of the 90% of her transformation will occur in what I call a detox period. And that's in between session work. So if she was a regular client coming to me frequently and consistently, the 90% of releasing these trapped emotions occurs in between our sessions. So does that make sense to Amber and to everyone else?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so we have time for one more, and then I'm going to focus on someone else. And if you'd like to see me, if all throughout the event, I'm happy to focus on anything else, answer any other questions that you may have. Okay, Amber?
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure. So did we release this last chapter motion? We did. Okay, so my name's Annette Moore. I'm a self-love coach, and I also recently started helping fur baby mommies with their fur baby pets who may have some behavioral challenges, health challenges, emotions of sadness, anxiety, those types of things. Because a lot of times people and their pets can feel each other's emotions. And so now I'm coaching both. So if there's any guys that want to release a trapped emotion, I help them too. My main focus is women and their fur babies. So anyone new that just popped on, talking to Amber. She's from Pennsylvania, and we're focusing on, we're going to release one more trapped emotion for her. And then whoever wants to step up and be the next person in line, I'm happy to help someone else. Okay, so Amber, do you have a trapped emotion pertaining to fear that we can release now? Is it in column A? Is it in column B? Column B. Is it an odd row? Is it an even row? Is it in row 2? Is it in row 4? Row 4. Is it emotion 3, emotion 4, emotion 5, emotion 2? So this next trapped emotion is called frustration. Let's see what age frustration showed up in her life. I'm taking notes because I got like all this stuff rolling in my head. I can't memorize it all, and just things kind of come to me. And so I write them down just so I can remember and share those. So Amber, did you get this trapped emotion of frustration above the age of 10? So here's another one going way back. And Amber is 33 years old, and she's been carrying frustration of a trapped emotion. Let's see how far that goes back. Did you get this trapped emotion of frustration below the age of 5? So somewhere between 5 and age 10. Did you get this trapped emotion age 10, age 9, age 8? Age 8 frustration. Does that make sense, Amber?
Yeah, that's when my parents were going through a divorce.
Okay. So the interesting thing about trapped emotion is when Amber tells me, it's probably because my parents were going through a divorce, and that's why I was frustrated at age 8 and got this emotion trapped. So I'm going to ask Amber's subconscious mind, is this the reason? And probably 99 to 100% of the time, the first thing that pops into Amber's head is exactly the reason why this got trapped. So it's important to understand emotions, how they get trapped, and what are the life events that cause these to get trapped, so that we can make it easier the next time a stressful or challenging or traumatic life event happens. So Amber, did you get this trapped emotion, frustration at age 8 as a result of your parents going through a divorce? And so her subconscious mind just told me yes. Do we need to know anything else? We do not. Okay, Amber, are you ready to release frustration at age 8?
Yes.
Go. Did we release this trapped emotion? Okay, we did. So do you, Amber, do you have any other trapped emotions pertaining to fear that we can release now? Yes. So I just tested your body. You have more fears. I do want to get to a few other people. So just check back with me and we can pick up where we left off, or you can come up with another thing that you want to focus on. Okay.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amber. I appreciate you. So we released 3 trapped emotions for Amber today. So great job, Amber.
Thank you.
Here's a little motivational, great job. Okay. So who is ready to release a trapped emotion right now? Raise your hand and show me your face so that we can focus on you now. Who wants to step up and go next?
It looks like Jerry has the hand raised.
Okay. Jerry, if you could show your face, that would be great so I can connect to your energy better. I'm going to disconnect from Amber.
I just took a shower. My hair is wet. Do I have to do that, or should I come back and I can come back after I dry it?
Okay. You know what? Nobody cares what you look like. We're just here to help you.
I do care.
Okay. It's up to you, darling. I'm fine either way. So let me know in 10 seconds. I'm going to disconnect from Amber, reconnect to myself, and then the next person will be in queue. So do you want to go next or do you want to come back?
Yeah, I'm gonna come back. I gotta
Okay.
do my hair.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, who wants to step up next? Eugene, monitor that where I disconnect from Amber because I'm like so shaky right now. I need to disconnect,
You
get
got
back
it.
to my own energy. Okay. Okay, who's going next?
If you don't know how to raise your hand, feel free to go ahead and say howdy. Let her go ahead and speak up.
Who wants to go next to release a trapped emotion here with me? I do all the work. You just got to show your face and tell me what problem you want to focus on. Who wants to go next?
Now, do you have to see the fur baby if they choose to have you work on an animal?
I don't. It's easier if I see a picture because I can connect to the energy a lot super easier. If someone just gives me the name and the age and where they live, I can do that. The only thing is everybody else on camera can't see the fur baby unless you sit it right there on your laptop and we can see the fur baby. So raise your hand if you want to go next. I'll just give you a little bit of information just to kind of share with you about what I do. So one of my main focuses, one of my passions is helping people to get unstuck in their life. And the number one imbalance in anyone's body is, guess what? Trapped emotions. Trapped emotions are just fancy words for unprocessed emotions, emotional baggage, and nobody needs to be carrying emotional baggage. And so that's one of the main things that I focus on because guess what? I've had emotional baggage throughout my life. And I figured out a way how to release it. I can release one trapped emotion in about a minute. And I've released 298 trapped emotions so far. From me, I look normal, yet I've had lots of life events, stresses, trauma in my life. And this is what I love to do because I figured out a way to release it from me. I do it on myself all the time and I practice. And it just takes 1 minute to release one trapped emotion. And once it's released, it's gone for good. And so I'm very passionate about helping people. So if anybody wants to go next, we have about 10 minutes or so, and I can release a couple of trapped emotions for you. Sarah, welcome. Nice to meet you. I'm Annette Moore. So Sarah, where do you live?
Sarah, you're muted. You need to unmute your mic, please.
In Davenport, Iowa.
Okay. Okay, Davenport, Iowa. And can you give me your age? We're just doing that so we know when you're
69.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you. And do you have a specific problem that you want to focus on, or do you want me to go general?
I'll just do the general releasing
Okay.
of emotion.
Okay, so you get the bonus of just being surprised what shows up. So bear with me for just a few seconds. I'm going to connect to your energy. Okay, so Sarah, when I'm talking to you, I'm actually talking to your subconscious mind, and it's going to direct me on this chart that I have. It's got 60 negative emotions. So there's no point in releasing a happy emotion because everybody releases those all the time. So I'm only focusing on the negative ones, and there's 60. So there's normally 34,000 trapped emotions plus that someone can get. And so Dr. Bradley Nelson created this system. He created the chart and narrowed it down to the top 60 that a person or a pet can get. And so we're only focusing on what's on the chart here. Okay, so Sarah, do you have a trapped emotion that we can release now? Your subconscious mind says yes. So great job. We've already found one. We don't know what it is yet, but we found it. So let's continue on and see what we're going to come up with here so we can release it. So is it in column A? Is it in column B? Is it an odd row? Is it an even row? Is it emotion 2? Is it emotion 4? Emotion 4. I'm sorry. Is it, let me do this again. Talk too fast, then my brain and my tongue aren't catching up with each other. Okay, so is it in an odd row? Is it in an even row? Is it in row 2? Is it row 4? So it's row 2, not emotion 4. Is it emotion 4? Is it emotion 5? Is it emotion 3? Emotion 3. So drum roll, dun, 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 dun. Okay, everybody, let's see what Sarah's first trapped emotion is. Indecisiveness. Let's see what age this occurred. Did you get this trapped emotion above the age of 50, above the age of 30, above the age of 20, above the age of 15? So we're going way back on this one, Sarah, somewhere below the age of 15. Did you get this trapped emotion below the age of 10? So somewhere between 10 and 15. Did you get this trapped emotion, indecisiveness, at age 10? Age 10, indecisiveness. Does that ring any bells for you, Sarah?
Sure.
Okay. So do we need to know anything else? We do not. So the beauty about releasing trapped emotions is I can release a trapped emotion in 1 minute. Even if you don't know what it is, and even if I don't know what it is, we figure out what it is together by muscle testing and connecting to your energy. And then we figure out what age it occurred. So now you know how long these little things have been lingering inside of you to make you kind of feel off balance and out of harmony with your true self. So I'm working with Sarah and we're identifying her first trapped emotion. It's called indecisiveness at age 10. So that little thing has been lingering around for like 50 years. Okay, and do we need to know anything else? We do not. Okay, Sarah, are you ready to release indecisiveness, age 10?
Yes.
I'm going to say go, and you're going to blow out 3 breaths. Don't breathe in, blow out, blow out, blow out. And we're going to release it together. Are you ready? Go. Oh my gosh. Now I'm freezing. Before I was shaking and now I'm freezing. I've got these amazing goosebumps all over me. So I'm releasing stuff for Sarah right now. And I was like, my temperature dropped like 10 or 15 degrees.
What
Did
does
you
that
get
mean?
releasing? So here's different types of releasing when you're going through this heart-centered energy work. Releasing could look like chill bumps. It could look like a twitch. It could look like coughing, burping, sneezing, farting, the stuff that you do on a normal day-to-day basis. Some people even cry. So 10% of Sarah's transformation occurs right here. And so I got chill bumps. So I was helping Sarah release because I'm still connected to her subconscious mind. And so 90% of this release process for Sarah will occur in between her sessions. So today's a session. She's detoxing this little period when we don't talk to each other. And then if she schedules another session with me, all of her releasing will be done by then. And her conscious mind tells me when she needs to schedule a session. And here's another cool thing. She doesn't even have to show up. She can just tell me a date and time and I can connect to her energy only with her permission. I don't go inside anybody's brain unless someone tells me to. And I'm not a psychic, just to let you know that. So we can do sessions typically over the phone if someone's local in the States, or I do Zoom conversations without a camera because I deal with a lot of sensitive issues. And a lot of times people just feel more comfortable where they don't have to get dressed up, do their hair and makeup, and we just do it without seeing our faces. So we just share pictures. Okay. So did we release this trapped emotion of indecisiveness? We did. Okay. Sarah, do you want to do one more?
Sure.
Okay. Do you have a trapped emotion that we can release now? Yes. Is it in column A? Is it in column B? Column B. Is it an odd row? Is it an even row? Is it in row 2? Is it in row 4? Row 4. Is it emotion 4? Is it emotion 5? Is it emotion 3? Emotion 3. So I talk really fast because when somebody is ready, the stuff just pours out of me. And so I just talk fast just to go with the flow. Okay. So let's see here. This next trapped emotion. Oh, indecisiveness. Okay. Let's see what age this second version of indecisiveness occurred. All right, did you get this trapped emotion above the age of 30, above the age of 20, above the age of 10? So this one's below the age of 10. At age 9, age 7. Age 7, indecisiveness. Does that ring a bell, Sarah?
It could be.
Okay. Most people don't remember things that happened underneath the age of 7. If we found it, it's a thing because it's in your subconscious mind. So we believe it to be true because your subconscious mind spent time having us figure out what it is, and now we're going to release it. Do we need to know anything else? We do not. Okay, Sarah, you ready to release indecisiveness at age 7?
Yes.
Okay, blow out with me. Go. Did we release this trapped emotion? Yes. We released. And great job, Sarah. Oops.
Okay.
Did you feel any type of sensations of any kind?
I feel warm, but I don't know if that's from the releasing or not.
Okay.
Maybe
It
it's just
probably
because
is.
I have something on.
Okay, well, thank you so much,
Thank you.
Sarah. If you want to reconnect and release some more trapped emotions with me, feel free to find me in other locations throughout the event. I go live on stage at 7 o'clock, and I'm going to talk about emotions, your emotions, how they affect your pet, and also what your pet is trying to tell you that you don't know. So that's going to be talking about on the live stage. So if you don't have a pet, you can still learn more about you and your trapped emotions to help yourself. So either way, with or without a pet, I can still help you. And feel free to find me. And I offer the first 5 minutes for free in my room if you want to schedule some time with me, and we can go general. If you're like a little afraid and you don't want to reveal anything too personal, you can say, go general, help me find something on your chart here, and let's release it. Or you can say, I have a relationship problem. I have a pain in my elbow. So here's the thing. If you have a pain in your elbow and it's been lingering for a really long time, it could be a trapped emotion in that area, and I can figure out what it is. If you've been having an eye ache or an earache, I can figure out what trapped emotion is in that area and release it to help make that body part feel better. And potentially the goal is to release the pain. So it's totally up to your body if it wants to identify a trapped emotion, bring it to surface, let us release it. And then a lot of times people will go, oh, I feel so relaxed and peaceful. Oh my gosh, the pain in my elbow has been released. So I will ask people, what is the level of pain in your elbow, your ear, or your eye, or your knee? And they'll tell me before we released it, because once we released it, the pain could potentially change. And so I find out what level it is on a scale of 1 to 10, what the pain level is. And then we check what's the pain level or sensation now. Sometimes something's frustrating, there's no pain involved. So I'll ask you, well, what's your frustration level with your marriage or your job? And then we'll see if we have any trapped emotions we can release regarding your job, your relationship, your pet. I've worked with people and pets. They've had trapped emotions as a result of moving a home, moving out of state. Let's see what else. Remodeling their home is a good one. Lots of stress from all these life events, even stresses from marriage, divorce, adopting a new pet, right? Because you don't know where that pet came from, the whole history of the pet. And so the pet can get trapped emotions from the former owner or the former location where it was bred at. And so we can dive deep and ask questions to see if you know your pet is having some behavioral challenges like pooping and peeing on the floor, we can test to see if there's a trapped emotion. And I worked with a couple pets who've had potty challenges. And this one particular pet had 8 trapped emotions, and we did 1 session, and now it doesn't poop or pee on the floor. It was just having some emotional challenges that were stuck in its body. and it was showing up in this negative behavior. And so she tests and looks every day for potty and poop evidence, and she hasn't found any in the last couple of weeks. So every few days she sends me thumbs up, still going good. I've even helped pets who've had trapped emotions from their owner who is going through something stressful or traumatic in their life. So that's a really cool one. If you can believe it or not, pets can have the same trapped emotions that humans. So there's 60 negative trapped emotions on this chart. Pets can have anything on this chart. So we can transfer things to our pets. They can transfer things to us, all emotional. Let's face it. So I help dogs, I help cats. I even helped a bunny last week. So I'm not sure. I think my time is almost up. This lady, a friend of a friend of a friend, reached out to me and said her bunny injured its leg and it was kind of crunched like this and it was protecting it. And she reached out to me. We scheduled a session. We've had one session. We released about 8 trapped emotions from the pet. And it literally was hiding behind the couch ever since it got injured. It didn't want to be around anyone. And butts, bunnies, I don't know why I said butts. Bunnies are very social creatures. They're very loving. They love to give hugs and bunny nose rubs. And this particular bunny just hid behind a couch and it wasn't eating. So during the session, the bunny came out from behind the couch, went to its bowl and drank and ate. And that was just on Sunday. And so every day she sends me a new bunny update. But we have a follow-up session this Sunday. And so she does bunny therapy. So she needs this bunny to be well because this bunny helps kids who have a disability or a learning challenge, or maybe they're going through a traumatic event right now or a stressful event. So this bunny needs to get back into its job to help other kids. So can you imagine, just by releasing these trapped emotions, this block is slowly being removed so that the bunny can heal itself. So I don't heal anyone and I don't heal any bunny. Do you get that? I don't heal anyone. I don't heal any bunny. I remove the block, these emotional blocks, so that you can heal yourself, so your body can heal itself. So if you're on any medications or working with someone holistically, when I remove the trapped emotions, all that other stuff you were doing before you met me can now start doing its job. So this is what I love, because I can partner with chiropractors and other doctors and other healers, and we work together. There's no competition. And that's so
Annette,
cool.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I apologize. But we do have the next speaker in the room.
Okay.
And I want to thank you. If you'd like to take a minute and do some closing remarks, and then we will ask Raphael to come up. And Raphael, I will be putting your bio in the chat so everyone can see it. Annette, when you're finished, Raphael, you can take the room.
So I go on the main stage at 7 o'clock, and my topic is learn how your emotions affect you and your pet, and learn what your pet is not telling you. So if you want to learn more about your emotions, how they get trapped, how you transfer stuff from you to your pet to you, and you want to learn how to get unstuck and release trapped emotions, check me out 7 p.m. if that Eastern time. If that's your dinner time, bring your dinner and just listen to the conversation. I guarantee you're going to learn one thing that you didn't learn before. So thank you so much for your time. If anyone wants to release any more trapped emotions or join me, my room is 26. You can join me in room 2 to get 5 minutes for free, and I can release one trapped emotion in 1 minute. And thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate you. Until we see each other again. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Thank you, Annette.
Okay.
Raphael, you're up, sir.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. Given that this is a playroom, hopefully we're going to have a chance to play. What I do is I have a mixture of offerings. I do channeling work, so I am able to tune into the highest level of guidance. My angels and my guides are mind-blowing. They're so full of love, and they have the most incredible wisdom. I also can talk about Shungite, and I also can show you or help you to find a solution to some of the issues that are going on for you. So I'm going to, and I have a recorder, so if you did want a session, I'll be happy to record it and email it to you. And then if you have a question, or I also do something called Heart Thread, in which I tune into the body, to the cells, and then I ask you to repeat various words that come from your body, from your cells, that will help to remove some of the blocks, some of the old patterns that are stored in there. And it's a very simple, easy process. So what I want to do right now, for those of you who are with me, just to begin and to set the tone for our space together, I want you to put your right hand on your heart and then your left hand on your right. And I want you to take a deep breath. You can close your eyes. And as you breathe in, I want you to feel that there's this golden light that is pouring down through your crown, all the way down into your heart, beneath your hands. As we focus our attention on that location, we move the energy from our minds, from our head, with this golden light that is pouring in and bringing with it a sense of stillness. And I'm beginning to sense that you are feeling that ease, that sense of stillness pouring in, gift from heaven, from the guides, from the angels, down into your hearts. And then feel that energy move down now towards and through your feet, all the way down into the very core of Mother Earth, allowing yourself to feel that grounding, that gratitude to Mother Earth. She provides us with everything we need, every element, all of the nourishment, everything we need to sustain our bodies, our health, and our balance. And she allows us also to feel that connection with our place in this world, that place connecting through the gravity that holds us steady, that allows us to be grounded so that we can function at the highest level possible. And as we do that, we begin to notice, perhaps feeling our feet or our seat connected to Mother Earth. We begin to notice that we are grounded, that we are still, and that we are in that space of connection, that space of being settled in our bodies, feeling the breath coming in, and as it leaves, everything melting away. And then I want you to imagine or feel that there is this energy moving out from your heart, weaving together with all the hearts here, like threads. We call them heart threads, golden threads of light that reach out and weave together all of the threads, all of those here. And as you begin to feel that weaving, that fabric, it begins to grow bigger and bigger, and it spreads, connecting the threads of the hearts of all your loved ones, our family, our friends, our neighbors. And it reaches further and further out to weave a bigger and a bigger fabric, weaving in the hearts of all our creatures, our pets, weaving in the hearts of all those in our cities, in our states, and on this continent, spreading further and further, millions upon millions of hearts weaving together, all across every continent and ocean, reaching all of Mother Earth, surrounding her with this web of love, the energy of heart. So thank you, and you can rest your hands. So I'm going to invite those of you who wish to have a short session or to experience a process with me to unmute and raise your hand in some manner. And we'll begin by just tuning into what's needed. Lilani, is that how you pronounce it?
Yes, that's correct.
Lovely to meet you, dear. So is there an
meet you as
issue
well.
that you are needing some help with?
Yes, I'm just currently feeling a sense of inertia, I would put it that way. A sense of like I know what I need to do, but I just cannot get myself to do it. Like I feel like I'm stuck and I don't know how to move forward.
Okay.
Yeah, something
Are
like
you
that.
from the Netherlands?
No, I'm actually from Namibia in
Oh,
Africa.
wow. Wonderful.
Yes, yes.
I'm
But I
from,
love in Dubai.
I'm from South Africa.
Oh, great.
All right, so I'd like us to go back into that space of the heart together. Would you like me to do a fairly, well, let's do a mini session first so that other people will have a chance also.
Yes.
And what I'll do is I'll record the session anyway, and then
Okay.
you can send me your email and we
Sure.
can be in touch. You can put it in the chat and I'll write it down later.
Perfect. Thank
Okay.
you.
So let's begin. I want you to enter that space again. Put your right hand on your heart, and everyone who's here can witness with you. So I'm going to ask you to repeat some words. So would you please say, I'm not stuck.
I'm not stuck.
I am in a moment of pause in my life
I am in a moment of pause in my life
where everything is settling in.
where everything is settling in.
And the more I stop worrying,
And the more I stop worrying,
and each time I notice that I am,
and each time that I notice that I am,
I take a breath.
I take a breath.
And I feel that energy of that gold light
And I feel that energy of that old life
pouring into me
pouring into me
and washing away
and washing away
all my doubts,
all my doubts,
all my heartache,
all my heartache,
and all my connection
and all my connection
to my past.
to my past.
There is no way
There is no way
I can move forward
I can move forward
and find joy
and find joy
if I am attached
if I am attached
to my past.
to my past.
My past is over.
The past is over.
I am a spiritual warrior.
I'm a spiritual woman.
I'm here to make a difference in the world.
I'm here to make a difference in the world.
And it requires of me
And it requires of me
to be steadfast and dedicated
to be steadfast and dedicated
to my highest vision.
to my highest vision.
And so I'm going into my heart every day
And so I'm going into my heart every day
to uncover
to uncover
what that mission is
what that mission is
and what is required of me.
and what is required of me.
So take a deep breath and let it go. Would you say, I am letting go
I am letting go
of all this weight on my shoulders,
of all this weight on my shoulders,
of all the expectations
of all the expectations
that have been placed there.
that have been placed in me.
I'm releasing
I'm releasing
any sense of obligation
any sense of obligation
to be a good girl
to be a good girl
and do what everyone wants me to do.
and do what everyone wants me to do.
That's not my path.
It's not my fault.
That's not my way.
It's not my way.
I want to play.
I want to play.
I want to have fun again,
I want to have fun again.
like I did when I was little.
When I did, like I did when I was little.
My little girl knows the truth of who I am.
My little girl knows the truth of who I am.
I am a powerful woman,
I am a powerful woman.
a goddess,
A goddess.
and I'm not here to waste my time
And I'm not here to waste my time
on being nice.
on being nice.
So I am willing
So I am willing
to be powerful,
to be powerful,
and it's necessary
and it's necessary
for me to have a spiritual practice
for me to have a spiritual practice
every day
every day
to connect with Mother Earth
to connect with Mother Earth
and Father Sky
and Father Sky
and my heart.
in my heart.
It is time for me
It is time for me
to be in my heart all the time now.
to be in my heart all the time now.
It is safe for me
It is safe for me
to be in my heart.
to be in my heart.
No one will harm me again.
No one will harm me again.
Never again.
Never again.
So I can feel safe
So I can feel safe
if I take away my armor
if I take away my armor
and my walls
and my walls
and open to my heart's guidance and wisdom
and open to my heart's guidance and wisdom
and to all those angels and guides
to all those angels and guides
that are around me right now,
that are around me right now,
helping me,
helping me,
bringing me clarity,
bringing me clarity,
and keeping me safe.
and keeping me safe.
So every day
So every day
I place around me
I place around me
a sphere of golden light
a sphere of golden light
to keep me safe
to keep me safe
so that no negativity
so that no negativity
can come near my space.
will come near my space.
This is my first step,
This is my first step,
and I am grateful
and I am grateful
for this life.
for this life.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So just sit with that. I'm going to write down your email.
So I'll send it in the chat, right?
In the chat, okay. So we have an hour in this room, and if you would like to stay, you can witness other people, and we can also talk about other items, shungite and everything else. Here it is, just a sec.
Sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you, dear. Did you feel that?
Definitely. It was a good feeling.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Are you calling from Namibia?
No, from Dubai.
Dubai. Wow, you sure get around.
Yes, I live in Dubai.
Okay, let's see. Leilani, would you please mute, and I'll open to anybody else who would like to either have a session. And again, Leilani, if you want to have a longer one, you can book one, or you can also contact me, raphaelwiseman.com. You can look it in my bio.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
All
dear.
right. Take care.
And
Bye.
just as a reminder, all his bio information, contact information is in the chat. I put it up for everyone to see.
Thank you, Vaughn. So who would like a session or something? Patrizia, is that correct?
Yes, so you must know part of Italian.
Well, I have another friend here who comes to some of my water ceremonies who is called Patrizia.
Oh, I like to be called Patty.
Patty, okay, Patty. So would you have a particular question for the guides? Do you want to do a little mini heart session like I did with Leilani? Or
It's only for 5 minutes. I have an appointment at 2:30.
okay, so let's see. You have a specific question?
I have a lot of heart issues. That's fair. And I actually just bought a bracelet. I was recommended because I'm having too much adrenaline. I had COVID last year, and I'm still suffering from it because I've tachycardia before, but it got worse after. And now I'm starting to notice a lot of adrenaline issues. And I was actually told by a medical intuitive months ago that she felt some type of electromagnetic pulses near my home. And I believe that that's true because I'm hearing stories about, the Havana syndrome, which I totally would believe in right now, that you could actually send electric pulses to somebody and they could greatly affect them in a bad way. I totally believe in that because people who are empathic, people who are sensitive can feel that energy. I can't even be in a room with a sweet. I actually went to 2 sweet 16 parties several years ago, and I couldn't even be in the room because the music is so loud. I thought my heart was going to burst. That's how. And if I believe that people don't understand that loud music can affect people, and that's energy, and I totally believe in it.
So, Patty.
Yes.
Would you like to heal?
Yes, I do.
So the things that you believe in, if you perhaps were able to create a list of all the things that you believe in, we would highly recommend that you do that and that you address each single question and say, do I believe in this? Is this belief for my highest good? Or is it a belief that I inherited from everyone else, from my parents, from my ancestors? And what do I want to believe in about healing for myself that has no connection whatsoever to any external authority, no matter how well regarded they are, or how many diplomas or PhDs or medical diplomas they have? What if my body and my mind and my heart and my soul are able to heal without the necessity of having anything be wrong with me? What if I am able to repattern and reprogram myself to trust completely in my highest good and in my mission on this planet, instead of focusing on all the things that I am battling and that I am feeling overwhelmed by? What if I were able to heal my heart by allowing it to be soft and open, to flow, and to eliminate any aspect of wording, beliefs, or even diagnoses that say there is something wrong with me. What can I do to reset my program, to eliminate the old hard drive completely and begin with a brand new installed system from heaven, from my guides and angels around me, and from the light that each day I begin to draw into me from all of the realms of light and from that which I think of as God, which I see as outside of me. How can I shift my whole ability to be the God inside of me and heal myself from the inside out, instead of acquiring all sorts of technologies that will protect me? It is true that I am sensitive and that I could use those technologies that are available. In the meantime, while I work on becoming my own self-authority, while I work on eliminating all the old childhood imprints that says that there is something wrong with me, that says I'm not enough, that I do not deserve, that health is something that is given to you because of your genetics. Health is something that you acquire through external sources, whereas in fact, I am able to imbibe the vitality of God's love and the energies that are coming into this planet for the highest good of all, that are able to essentially heal everything that I am worried about. And instead of worry, I am going to focus not on the fear, but on the love of God, the love of the Christ, the love of all those holy beings that surround me and that fill my heart. And this may not be something instantaneous, but something I will need to work on, piece by piece, word by word, and belief system by belief system. And so not only will I go into my heart each day and ground with Mother Earth and Father Sky, but I will also pay full attention to the words I say, the thoughts I have, and especially the belief systems that have run my life and that continue to create my reality. From now on, I begin to create a reality of wholeness, of health, and of love for myself. I do not need it from anywhere else. I am complete just the way I am. And so it is. Did I lose you? Let's see. Gallery. Perhaps you didn't like that.
It does appear like she left the room.
Okay, maybe she went to her other appointment, but I recorded it for her. And if she wants it, I'll be happy to share it with her again.
Well, I am also recording the room, just so you're aware, and it will be sent to Sheri at the end of the day. So everything that's happening in here will be available.
Thank you. Am I able to record my own talk on the main stage?
Yes. Yes,
All right.
you are.
Okay, then I'll do that myself as well. Thank you. So let's continue playing. We're in a playroom, right? Let's see if anybody else wants to play and have whatever I can offer to them for their highest good.
May
So,
I ask a question real quick?
You may. Would you like me to record it?
This is kind of a question of interest for me, because I have been led to start teaching about heart sense, and I've noticed you're talking about the heart thread earlier. Um, has that something that has just recently happened for you, or is that something that you've been dealing with for a long time?
Well, probably it started when I was born, that I had this sensitivity, this interest, but I think I trained in 2009 or 6 or somewhere around there with a process called heart thread, which is actually a modality where, and I've become a trainer to teach others how to do it. Essentially, it's a process where you become empty and you, when it's in person, you sit behind someone with your hands on their back and you feel and receive messages from their body. And the words that come are the words that the cell wants to replace the old ones. And it's very simple. It just comes through being in that empty space. But also when you're in person with somebody, the physical body also has a vibration, and you can feel sometimes heat will come through my hands and there'll be a healing. Sometimes I can sense a past life connection to an area that feels tight. So it's a combination of tuning into the person's physical form, being intuitive to receive the messages from the cells, but essentially the process is about replacing the old negative thought patterns that are still stored in the cells from the childhood, from past and other parallel lives, from the imprinting of ancestors. And these are patterns, and they're what they create our belief systems. So those voices in our heads that are constantly running around like a record with a, the old days with the records. So instead of that, we replace them with a whole new structure of beliefs or of knowing or of trust. I also have that ability somehow to help bring the angels and the guides that are around that person into a more palpable space for them so they can feel it. I also have the ability to connect with guidance, which is developed as a result of my practice, my heart thread practice. And I've also done a lot of research on the field of the heart, the quantum reality of the heart. I've done a lot of research, got 76 years of it, on all sorts of subjects that fascinate me. And then I've also been working with the ability to tune in to the intuitive nature that we carry and essentially follow our own inner guidance and use those angels and guides as resources and understand that they're in the heart, not outside, not in the mind, that we have as big a universe within us as we have outside of us, and that the two mirror each other, they parallel each other. And as we grow, as we release old patterns, we actually affect the collective. And so part of my being here is to help to bring in the new earth. And part of what I have in my book is a collection of messages from 12, 13. And then there's a second one, 13 different voices from different energies, different worlds, different mythologies, different time frames, all bringing in the same message of the heart and of the need to reprogram ourselves through watching and being the spiritual warrior who is constantly monitoring the thoughts, belief systems, the words we use. So it's a constant process of paying attention and being physically fully present in our bodies, connected to Mother Earth, Father Sky, and having that sphere of protection around us to keep us safe.
All right. Well, I appreciate you sharing that. And I'll let you go back to dealing with whoever would like to do what you do here.
So
And I
I see an
appreciate it.
Alexander who's not muted.
Oh, hi.
Hi there. Were you wanting to have it? You look familiar. Have we worked together?
I came to this like a year ago and I don't think we worked together, no, but I might have popped in.
Okay. Did you have something going on for you that you'd like some guidance with?
Well, I'm kind of going through changes and trying to just sort of come into a new, place with my work and that kind of thing. So I'm just sort of, yeah, the new earth you're talking about it. There's a lot of change going on, generally speaking. And so I've been kind of in resistance, somewhat, and I don't know. So I'm just trying to integrate, I guess.
So how can I
everything.
help you?
I don't know.
Well,
I
why
mean, I
don't
know
we-
you talk about the heart a lot. I am, wishing to open my heart more.
So let's
I feel
go
like
there.
that would, yeah.
Let's go there. Let's put our right hand on our heart and our left hand on our right. And close
Okay.
our eyes for a moment with this deep breath.
Okay, hold on. All right.
So feel that air, that energy, the light from above, all pouring into the heart. As you breathe out, as you soften, feel everything pouring down like a shower, washing it all the way down through our feet, connecting us to Mother Earth. So we begin to go back to the heart now and feel it getting warmer, softer. Would you please say, I am letting go?
I am letting go.
All these thoughts. Would you
Should I
repeat, just repeat
Yeah,
all
all
the
these
words,
thoughts.
and I'll record this.
Okay.
Alexandra Lambrakis.
That's right.
So I am letting go
I am letting go
of everything,
of everything,
especially my worries.
especially my worries.
With every breath,
With every breath,
I let go.
I let go.
All the stories
All the stories
about this time,
about this time,
about challenges,
about challenges,
about how crazy everything is.
about how crazy everything is.
They're just stories.
They're just stories.
They're just words in somebody's mind
They're just words in somebody's mind
that are being spoken.
that are being spoken.
Even I speak of them.
Even I speak of them.
That's not my reality, though.
That's not my reality, though.
My reality
My reality
is that my heart
is that my heart
is my compass,
is my compass,
and my heart is safe.
and my heart is safe.
It is safe to open my heart.
And it's safe to open my heart.
And when I take that deep breath
And when I take that deep breath
and I soften,
and I soften,
I feel my heart opening.
I feel my heart opening.
It's just that simple.
It's just that simple.
So this is my work in the world today.
So this is my work in the world today.
I want to have my heart open.
I want to have my heart open.
So I must remember
So I must remember
to put my attention there,
to put my attention there,
to be the location.
to be the location.
My heart
My heart
I move my location
I move my location
from my head to my heart.
from my head to my heart.
I dwell there.
I dwell there.
My heart is that soft space within me
My heart is that soft space within me
that is protected.
that is protected.
It's where all my guidance resides.
It's where all my guidance resides.
It is where I can address my questions and worries
It is where I can address my questions and worries
and receive answers.
and receive answers.
My guides and my angels
My guides and my angels
are not somewhere out there.
are not somewhere out there.
They are somewhere in here,
They are somewhere in here,
in my heart.
in my heart.
So I start trusting
So I start trusting
that soft place.
that soft place.
And if my heart needs to crack open
And if my heart needs to crack open
and I have to be vulnerable
and I have to be vulnerable
and face the truth
and face the truth
about everything in my life,
about everything in my life,
so be it.
so be it.
I will do that
I will do that
because I want to live with an open heart.
because I want to live with an open heart.
I am my own open heart surgeon,
I am my own open heart surgeon,
and I will maintain
and I will maintain
my heart
my heart
open,
open,
and I will trust,
and I will trust.
because if I don't trust,
Because if I don't trust,
I'm lost.
I'm lost.
So I will trust in the highest guidance I can access.
So I will trust in the highest guidance I can access.
And it is inside of me.
And it is inside of me.
I too
I too
am surrounded
am surrounded
by a sphere of golden light
by the sphere of golden light
that keeps me safe
that keeps me safe.
and is filled
It is filled
with these golden beings of light
with these golden beings of light
that are my guides,
that are my guides,
my angels,
my angels,
my guardians.
my guardians.
And I can feel them right now.
And I can feel them right now.
This is all I need to know.
This is all I need to know.
I can be happy.
I can be happy.
I can have everything I want,
I can have everything I want,
no matter what's going on outside of me.
no matter what's going on outside of me.
There is peace in my heart.
There is peace in my heart.
And I live in equanimity
And I live in equanimity
because I'm always in my heart now.
because I'm always in my heart now.
So it is.
So it is.
I thought I recorded it.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I did, maybe I didn't.
It has been recorded.
Thank you, sir. Moving on. Wow. We have 15-ish minutes. So, Tabby, you've been there with very silent, just an image. Are you having something you want to ask? If so, you could unmute.
I'm just observing today.
Okay. No problem.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
I'd love to go.
Amber Michael. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
What would you like to find out about yourself that you don't know?
I would like to know about the recent trials that I've been going through and how to work with them as my body's like always pulsating and stuck in this nervousness from what's going on and the subconscious level of it.
Okay, Amber, thank you. We feel that energy. So again, we have imagined that you have been following with us, putting your hands on your heart and taking that breath. Is that correct?
Yes,
Can you feel the difference when you do so?
I do. Yeah.
So we want you to take that deep breath again. And we want you every time the palpitations begin and the worry and that sense of oppression, overwhelm comes in, we want you to take that breath, take that moment. We want you to understand that there is nothing to be gained by hurry, by rush, by urgency, and that you have no responsibility to please anyone. Would you say that?
I have no responsibility to please anyone.
I please myself.
I please myself.
And as I do so,
And as I do so,
I become who I'm meant to be.
I become who I'm meant to be.
I become powerful.
I become powerful.
Because I really am powerful.
Because I really am powerful.
I'm just scared.
I'm just scared
that if I took on the mantle of my power,
that if I took on the mantle of my power,
I would drive everyone away.
I would drive everyone away.
And then I would be lonely.
And then I would be lonely.
I already am.
I already am.
So what's the point of trying to please anyone?
So what's the point of trying to please anyone?
I am a powerful woman.
I am a powerful woman.
And I don't need anyone.
I don't need anyone.
I don't need to please anyone, for sure.
I don't need to please anyone, for sure.
Not my mom.
Not my mom.
Not my dad.
Not my dad.
All of them.
All of them.
Had their agenda for me.
Had their agenda for me.
Because of their conditioning.
Because of their conditioning.
They did not know any better.
They didn't know any better.
And they dumped it all on me.
They dumped it all on me.
And I believed everything.
I believe in everything.
And I internalized it.
And I internalized it.
And judged myself.
And judged myself.
I still do.
I still do.
So I'm going to stop that nonsense.
So I'm going to stop that nonsense.
If I could see myself on this screen,
if I could see myself on the screen,
I would see this amazing light around me.
I would see this amazing light around me.
I am light.
I am light.
I am love.
I am love.
And my heart knows the truth.
Knows the truth.
So I am going to give up.
So I'm going to give up.
Listening.
Listening.
To all those voices in my head.
To all those voices in my head.
That do not have my best interest at heart.
That do not have my best interest at heart.
And instead.
And instead.
I'm going to listen to my heart.
I'm going to listen to my heart
because my heart knows.
because my heart knows.
Take that breath. Deep breath. Let it all go. Feel that energy that's sitting on your shoulders, melting away. I feel my heart soften.
Feel my heart soften.
I'm feeling the warmth there.
I'm feeling the warmth there.
That golden glow.
That golden glow
Of my heart.
of my heart.
It's growing bigger and bigger.
It's growing bigger and bigger.
It's spreading.
It's spreading.
It's shooing away.
It's shooing away
All that nonsense.
all that nonsense
That keeps me believing.
that keeps me believing
In my impotence.
in my impotence.
How can a powerful woman like me
How can a powerful woman like me
believe in impotence?
believe in impotence?
How silly of me.
How silly of me.
Thank God I woke up
Thank God I woke up
and realized
and realized
how powerful I am,
how powerful I am,
how beautiful I am,
how beautiful I am,
what a loving heart I have.
what a loving heart I have.
All I want to do
All I want to do
is help everyone.
is help everyone.
And the only way I can do that
And the only way I can do that
is by living from my heart
is by living from my heart
and being an example
and being an example
of someone who has peace in their heart.
of someone who has peace in their heart.
And this is what I now embrace.
And this is what I now embrace.
By palpitations.
I didn't hear that.
Goodbye, palpitations.
Goodbye, palpitations.
Goodbye, all that stress.
Goodbye, all that stress.
No more worry.
No more worry.
I live my life
I live my life
as a golden being of light.
as a golden being of light.
Protected.
Protected.
Safe.
Safe.
And powerful.
And powerful.
Nothing will ever harm me.
Nothing will ever harm me.
I am surrounded by.
I am surrounded by.
The same energy.
The same energy.
Of love and guidance.
Of love and guidance.
And angelic wisdom.
And angelic wisdom.
That is also inside of my heart.
That is also inside of my heart.
I allow myself.
I allow myself.
To have complete composure.
To have complete composure.
In every situation.
In every situation.
Because I trust in my guidance.
Because I trust in my guidance.
In my intuition.
And my intuition.
And in my heart.
And in my heart.
So I want you to just feel your shoulders letting go. Relaxing. And so it is.
So it is.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So provide me with your email if you wish to receive that recording. I may not be able to go into the chat and get it all. Are we still on or do we need to close now?
You have now 4 minutes, sir. 4 minutes.
Who would like a quick 3.5 minute session? If you do, you need to
I'll do
unmute.
it. I'll do it. No one else is going to raise their hand. I'll do it.
Liliana. Oh my, Liana.
Mhm.
I'm sorry.
I
My
actually, when you did Lilani earlier, I followed along with what you were saying to her because I resonated a lot with that, and it was beautiful. So thank you.
Thank you. The thing with Heart Thread is that as we witness other people being able to shift their patterns and release all the old conditioning, it affects us too, because we all carry many of these similar patterns.
Mhm.
So, Liana, you also need to know how powerful you are, how beautiful you are, and how attuned you are when you stop listening to all the BS that runs around in your head that was put in there when you were too little to know any different. Does that make sense?
Very much.
Yes.
Very, very
So
much.
I
Yes.
claim, would
Very
you
aware of
please
that.
say, I claim my power.
I claim my power.
I will not listen anymore
I will not listen anymore
to any authority figure,
to any authority figure,
no matter how golden they look
no matter how golden they look
or what their degree is,
or what their degree is,
or how much they have in their bank account.
or how much they have in their bank account.
I only listen to my heart.
I only listen to my heart
All the voices from my childhood,
and all the voices from my childhood
I let go of,
I let go of,
except wherever I was told
whatever I was told,
how worthy I am,
how worthy I am,
how beautiful I am,
how beautiful I am,
how much I deserve
how much I deserve
to have love in my life.
to have love in my life.
What a magnificent soul I am.
What a magnificent soul I am.
So these are the words
So these are the words
I repeat to myself now,
I repeat to myself now,
because nothing else matters
because
anymore.
nothing else matters.
I don't listen.
Sorry. I don't listen
to stories.
to stories.
I haven't got time
I haven't got time
for stories,
for stories,
especially mine.
especially mine.
I'm letting that go.
Let nothing let go.
I am letting that go.
Oh, I am letting that go.
I'm creating a new story.
I am creating a new story.
And it begins right now.
And it begins right now.
Nothing will ever harm me.
Nothing will ever, sorry, I missed the last part.
Harm me.
Oh, nothing will never harm me.
I am safe.
I am safe.
And I am filled with God's love.
I am filled with God's love.
In fact, I am God's love.
In fact, I am God's love.
Nothing else matters.
Nothing else matters.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Thank you, Leona.
Thank you. That really resonated with me a lot.
So
very,
I
very
need
much.
your emails. Best way, instead of me going into chat, is for you to send me an email to my email address.
Okay.
And I will send you a copy.
Okay.
Thank you all
Great.
so
Thank
much
you.
for your attention. We'll talk about Shungite. I have 2 talks, one coming up at 5 o'clock, I believe, your time, Eastern, and another one at, 8 o'clock your time. One will be on Shungite and one will be on the heart. Thank you so much. Much love.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Raphael. Very much so. Folks, up next is Royden. I've posted his bio in the chat. Royden, since we have 30 minutes, the room is yours.
Wait, unmute myself. Now, as I usually do, when I do these mini readings, I go straight into it. So if anyone would like a reading, just speak up.
It's okay to unmute.
Okay, Judy, if, can I get you to sort of turn your camera on, mate, if possible, or help me tune in a bit. Okay, Judy, what would you like the reading on, mate?
My daughter-in-law.
Okay, first of all, I'm hearing an old Nick Kershaw song, I Won't Let the Sun Go Down on Me.
Okay.
I'm just trying not to dance along to it because I'm hearing it from the opening.
I wonder what that means.
To me, I think it's talking about either you or her needing to stay positive. Because it's more the chorus that seems to be important than anything else. I won't let the sun go down on me. I won't let the sun go down.
Okay.
More than the thing about that the black people searching for enemies and all that. So I'm ignoring the protest part of the song. I'm feeling it's more about a positivity or needing for positivity at the moment. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm also hearing Billy Joel's Just the Way You Are. So I don't know if she's gotten into her head that she needs to change. She doesn't need to change.
Okay.
But there is something or someone in her life she needs to let go of. I'm hearing Joan Armatrading's Drop the Pilot.
What was that?
I'm hearing Joan Armatrading's song Drop the Pilot.
I don't think I've ever heard that one.
I'm right on target. My aim is straight. So you're in love. Say what of it? Things can always change. They're always changing. And I want to do some rearranging. I say, drop the pilot. Try my balloon. Drop the mahoon. Monkey, smell my perfume. Drop the mahoon. I'm the easy rider. Don't send your armies to fight a losing battle. Animal, mineral, physical, spiritual. I'm the one you need. I'm the one you need. I'm the one you need. So if you haven't guessed, I'm a big Joan Armatrading fan.
I'll have to look that up.
But to me, this is about needing to let go of something or someone in her life so she move forwards to something better.
Okay.
Seeing there, following this up with Mental as Anything song, He's Just No Good For You. I say it's a someone, not a something.
Okay.
Now, going back to the song I brought up by Mental as Anything, this is also about her being stuck in a vicious cycle. She needs to break out of this cycle she's in.
Yeah. That's true. Okay.
Which might mean that she might need to spend some time on her own here. I'm hearing Me, Myself, I by Joan Armatrading. It's also bringing Joan back into the picture.
Okay.
But all you can do is just be there for her. Unfortunately, she's not one to listen to your advice.
Oh, no. Yeah.
So just be there for her and help her pick herself back up when things go wrong. That's all you can do.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hopefully I've been helpful.
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Okay, next victim. Oh, sorry, next person.
I believe Tabby has her hand up.
Okay, Tammy, if you like to sort of unmute and enable your camera, we'll go straight on to you, mate.
Okay, let me start this.
Okay, hi Tammy, what's your question, mate?
Um, I got injured this past week, like really bad, and it's having me deal with some stuff personally. I just kind of want some guidance on that.
Okay. Okay, sorry about this. I hate this song with a vengeance. I'm hearing Relax by Frankie Goes to Hollywood. I'm also hearing Take It Easy by the Eagles. And a song from way back in the 70s by Dr. Hook in a similar vein. Walk right in, sit right down.
I'm sensing a theme.
It's all about you making a big something out of nothing. You just need to ignore it. Give it the stray dog treatment. Ignore it and it'll go away if it's bothering you. Now, okay, they're concentrating on my left eye. So I don't know whether I'm mirroring it and it means your right eye. But I'm feeling something around the eye itself here. And this is a pain, not the feel of light touch I usually get with clairvoyance here. So I don't know if you had trouble with your glasses or whether you need new glasses or whether it's something to do with eye strain.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going a little bit outside my comfort zone here, the things I don't know much about called medical things.
No. So we're on the right side of the body. The right side of the body's not doing too good at the moment.
Now, I'm also feeling a dryness. You haven't been keeping up with the right sort of fluids.
Oh no.
Should be drinking a little bit more H2O.
Yeah. That's definitely.
Now, good news is I'm not feeling symptoms that I associate with COVID.
That's a plus. I will take that.
But I am feeling symptoms that I associate with a cold or a head cold coming on.
Not looking forward to that.
As I said, the main thing you do at the moment is just take things easy. Okay, now I've been told attack your gifts side of things here. I'm hearing in excess of song Meditate.
Okay.
I'm also sort of seeing the meditation pendant. So, you know, the little pendant which has got the blade sitting down and the 7 stones going down his center.
Yeah.
So it's big on meditation at the moment here and gaining control that way.
Okay.
Good news is I'm not hearing anything from Sixth Sense. I'm not hearing the catchphrase from Sixth Sense, I see dead peoples.
That's good.
Sorry about my sense of humor leaking out there.
We appreciate a good sense of humor, so.
Now, main thing here is not to stress, not let the things get to you. Once you develop a bit of control, then you'll be able to turn it on and off it when you need to. At the moment, it's just like a bit of a loose wire, which will make a connection, then it won't make a connection. And when it won't make a connection, it's most of the time when you want to use it yourself here. So it's a bit of an annoyance. Okay, that's about all I've got there for you. Tammy, hopefully I'll help in my own fashion.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Okay, next victim.
I think the only person left in the room is Amber. Amber, would you like a reading?
I would love one.
Okay, Amber, anything you like to concentrate on?
Present
A lovely
and like,
kitty cat as well, by the way.
I love her. If we could focus on, I don't know what to ask for, like where I'm going with this timeline, or
What do you really want to know about? Let's put it that way.
like right now I feel stuck in a rut and I'm not sure which direction life's taking me.
Okay. First of all, they're hitting me with an old country and western one, which is way before my time. Do what you do well. Now, I forget who it was, but I think it was released in the 50s before I was even thought of. I'm not a big fan of country and western, by the way, so, but don't let that put you off. It's about concentrating to your strengths. I'm hearing the chorus to Master's Apprentice's song, It's Because I Love You, and the chorus goes, ooh, do what you want to do, be what you want to be, yeah. So it's all about concentrating on the straights and what you're interested in at the moment here. Okay, I'm getting the dreadful song by Johnny Paycheck, Take This Job and Shove It. So it's definitely about needing a career change.
Yeah.
But you just need to concentrate on these things that you're good at, that you enjoy doing. You know, and it's not like you got any out there sort of interests that can't be sort of turned into a business here. So you're not a naked skydiver or a naked bungee jumper. So just look to these things here. I do feel it's got to be you got to be doing something which is creative.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be creative, but it's also got to have your brain involved as well here. So it's got to have thinking involved. Now, the good news is I'm not seeing any working with electronics. But it just doesn't feel to be your thing, the electronics, or what I would call the wire jerking type jobs. Now, that'd be as bad as painful as doing accounting number crunching. But just look to create jobs that involve your head as well as your hands. That seems to be the way to go. Okay, and And knowing how well behaved your pussycat is, I've been told you got away with animals.
Yeah.
So maybe looking at sort of working or volunteering at a vet clinic and getting some experience there. Now, the good news is I'm not picking up anything airy fairy in New Age. Oops, my inner skeptic leaking out there. But yeah, just concentrating the strengths. Maybe animals seems to be the way to go. Something, again, along the creative side here and thinking side here. Okay, hopefully I've helped you, mate, a little fashion there, but not sort of got you further confused.
Yeah, the creativity is definitely where I'm meant to go. There's so many things.
Yeah, no, well, with the creativity, it's also about using your interests as well here. So, creativity within an interest of yours.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, you're only young, what, late 20s, early 30s?
33.
Should be thinking of career now. You only worry about jobs when you're pushing 50, when it's a bit harder to get career type work.
Yeah.
So look at things that you can build a good career out of and get a lot of experience and build up from. Now, with creative, I'm not getting anything artsy fartsy. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. What I call artsy fartsy is sort of like really artistic sort of stuff. But you should be fine just concentrating on your hobbies and your creative hobbies and go that way and create a career out of that. And Bob's your aunt, you'll be right.
I'll keep painting and stuff. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, we've got another 10 minutes left by me before it change. So anyone else like reading?
I think the only one left is the Reverend Nicole Alexandra. I hope I said that correctly.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Nicole. Would you like to solve a question? No, actually, I went to multi-view to see if I see any more people in the room. That's easier. Now, anything you like the reading to be based on. With these little short ones, I prefer a question to keep me on track.
Okay. Oh, of course, when I've got put on the spot, now I'm not going to think of a question. Let's see. Nothing's coming to mind at the moment. This is so bizarre. I usually have so many questions.
We'll comment on this. I'm seeing
Go ahead.
a very big, bright crucifix in front of me here.
Awesome. Fantastic.
Now,
So
I'm ignoring the fact that you're a reverend, so I always ignore the obvious.
that's okay. I was actually going to say I'm planning on opening my ministry on a larger scale here. So my question was going to be, am I going to be doing that relatively soon?
Well, I'd say that's a yes.
Yes, it's a given,
Especially
right?
with the size of the cross here. No, it's a bit hard for me to illustrate the camera of the phone here, but I'm talking about cross arms about this wide.
So maybe protection for that. Maybe that's what that's for.
And very sort of long, almost like a life-size crucifix.
Okay, fantastic.
So this will be putting it very much near future.
Fantastic.
Okay. Something you got to be aware of here. I've been told to be careful of some of your knockers. You got some people opposed to you setting up your ministry.
Okay.
And these do feel to be blokes, even though they're blokes are very oddly shaped women.
Okay.
Not
Fantastic.
to
So be
warn you about my
aware of
sense
them.
of humour.
Be aware of them. Is that what you were saying?
Just be aware of them. Just be careful around them here.
Okay.
You know, one, I don't like talking ill of people I don't know. They'll just call a spade and say he's totally nuts. He's a nut job.
Okay. Gotcha.
So most likely, okay, hopefully you're not a Trump fan. Because when I think of nut jobs and preachers that are nut jobs, I always think of the ones that are trying to turn Trump into the new Messiah.
Cheapers. Gotcha.
So not on planet Earth for the rest of us.
Yeah. Very nice.
But yeah,
No
it's going
song?
to happen. What I do see is I'm seeing, oops, Gloucester.
I look silly. Today's my cleaning day.
What I'm also seeing here is I'm seeing a big, large brick building with sort of like a very ornate archway at the front of it here. So
Nice.
not only is it going to be done, it's going to be done properly.
Nice. Thank you. Oh, that's very reassuring. I appreciate that.
As long as I'm being helpful, that's the main thing.
Oh, yes, you're absolutely being wonderful. Thank you so much.
Okay, anyone else like a reading? It'll be the last reading of the session.
Many blessings to you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We have time enough for one more. Okay. Ariana, would you like a reading?
Hi guys, I'm actually good. This psychic looks so beautiful and so sweet, but you want to know the truth? I did a Jesus Christ reading. I'm very happy right now. I'm just going to stay in that energy because I'm going to be chanting. Please tell
Yeah,
this
it's all
reader-
good.
Yeah, you look so amazing and sweet. It's just I'm in a good spot, so I don't want to keep asking more questions today. I just want to be healed and that's it.
That's a great attitude, actually. Great attitude. All right.
Thank you.
Marion, did you want something with Roy here?
Is me?
Okay, Marlena. What would you like to ask, mate?
I mean, it's me. You're talking about me?
Yeah,
Yes.
talking to you.
Oh, okay.
I might be getting your name wrong because I normally wear glasses, and when I do readings over the camera, I've been told I look better with the glasses off.
I just want to know one name, and it starts with blue. That's it. Whatever comes to your mind, it will help me out.
Okay. The answer's not making much sense to me, but I'm getting like a go for it.
Okay.
I'm actually feeling sort of like I'm hearing when the going gets tough. So it's all about getting things growing, getting things going, getting things moving. And I'm also hearing the theme from one of the themes from Rocky, Eye of the Tiger by Survivor. So it's all about just being willing to take the risk, take the chance, and just go for
it. I'll go for it.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, with that one, that's me done till the next person. Next person takes over.
All right. I apologize if I say your name wrong. Bahavna, is that you? Are you up next?
I'm here, yes.
Ah, okay. I am going to post your bio in the chat for everybody.
Thank
if
you.
I can get it to work. It didn't work. I'm going to have to do it again. Anyway, while I'm working on that, the room is yours.
Perfectly. Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. This is Bhavna, the Golden Light. And we are going to have some fun today here. I've got a couple of things so that you are aware. I love to work with feathers. These are swan feathers. So we are going to be doing some powerful clearing. I have Lemurian quartz and I have a selenite here. So we are going to be doing a powerful clearing on your emotional part, which is the fear. What part of you, we have different kinds of fear which come into your body and which holds you back and from being you. And when it holds you not to be you and it does not allow you to move forward, then that's when you actually start becoming aware, because it's not feeling good at that time. Okay. And that creates many emotions in your body and feelings and disruptions in your life, with if you have a partner, your parents, your kids, at work, or even your own work, and you start feeling stuck, right? So fears hold you back. Sometimes they freeze you. They don't let you be who you are, and they don't let you feel. I always keep coming back to being you. All right. So the reason why I showed you the swan feathers is swans are all about love. All right. And I feel love, being the golden light, it is all about unconditional love. Like love is the most powerful emotion which pushes away fears, right? Because when you are in the state of love, everything is like, yay, everything is happy and you're hopeful. So what I'm going to be doing is we're going to start with one fear. So everybody, if you have a notebook or pen, or if you don't have anything, a place, if you can quickly get something to write on a piece of paper. Okay. And in bold capital letters, write one fear we're going to work on today. So I know there can be many fears. And when I talk about fears, you might ask me, what kind of fear are we clearing? So I'm talking about the emotional fear in your head. Could be like some people have, one person had, I'm scared to fly. I have that fear. I can't fly. Okay. Some people have, So write that down. So, or some people have, I'm scared to commit in a relationship. Okay. So you might have a boyfriend or a girlfriend and you are not saying yes. You don't want them, you're enjoying relationship, but you're not committing to marry. Okay. So there's a fear of betrayal there. So whatever is, or fear of speaking up, or fear of trusting people, that they might hurt you. Okay, so whatever there is, one thing we're going to clear today. So I want you to write it in bold. What is it? And then put it up like that so I can see it. Because I don't know how many of you are here. Let me quickly see. I have 8 people here. Wonderful. I would love to each one of you help you here today with that.
I don't know if you can see mine.
I actually cannot, sorry. Let's see if I can do, let's see, I can go back to speaker. Now I can see it. Could you just read it then?
I am scared to fly to the heights. It doesn't
Okay.
mean that I don't take an airplane. I don't scare about airplanes or fly to another country. It's fly inside my spirit, liberate it, open up, and go to whatever it takes.
Perfect. I have Alexandra here. Fear of loss of family. Okay. And who's next? Let's see. Oriana, what do you have?
Hi.
Hi.
So, hi, I'm an actress and I have been fearing doing amazing work in my film auditions. I can do it, especially when I'm alone or with loved ones, like people who I know love me. But this week and coming forward, I want to lose all fear and gain all freedom to show all what I've learned and what I can do. I just need more courage. I get afraid I'm going to lose my lines or something, even if I study for 20 hours. And then people are like, no, you need to develop your confidence more, and I'm going to do it. I want to do it immediately today.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to clear your fear. But as you spoke, I saw one of your past lives where you were killed because you were famous. So it's
Are
like
you
you want to be
serious?
famous. I saw that right now as you spoke. So it's like that's why you want to be famous, but you're scared to be famous. Does that make sense?
Yes, that's what it is. I know I'm meant to do it. And there's this fear that something's going to hurt me once I get famous. Exactly. And I sabotaged myself. I didn't go to my things for 2 years and I'm telling them, take me back. I'm ready. And I'm reading it. And the coach told me, fantastic. I need to push through now and kill the fear. It's out. And also I have a fear of heights and flying. Literally, I got sick on an airplane one time in the air. I couldn't breathe. I almost died.
Okay,
I don't
so
know.
let's do one thing. I want you to get a one-on-one with me where I will work with you and we'll release that past life, which was creating that block. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yes, please. But let's do your fear of flight. Okay. Who's next? Nicole.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, so I tried to write them down, but I guess the most that I have is I'm just afraid of feeling happy all the time, like to be able to feel secure in that by stepping into my true life path. I keep self-sabotaging. Like every time it gets good, I'm like, oh, this is fantastic. Oh, and then I do something to just cut it in half. And I get frustrated with myself, because I want that, but part of me keeps putting my toes back. Like I put my one foot and then half of another foot, and then I fall back.
Okay.
And
how does Atlantis sound for you?
Atlantis? I've been researching it. I've been looking into it. I've been doing a lot with that, just intuitively.
Yes. So you were from the Atlantis civilization. This is turning into a reading, but I cannot help it because I'm seeing that. And I'm glad we have a small group so I can actually go into everybody. So I am actually seeing you've had Atlantis lifetime, but you were part of the Atlantis when the Atlantis civilization, when it fell down. So that's where you have that fear of, I want to do, but I'm scared to do.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's exactly it.
Yes. So connect with me one-on-one and we'll go deeper into it and we'll clear it.
Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
But today we're going to write down one fear. Okay. Don't go into that because that's going in more
Deep.
in, but exactly. Do one fear, which we'll start to clear.
Okay.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Who else I have and I haven't done? Eugene? Liana? Alexandra? I have Alexandra, fear of loss of family.
Yes.
Okay.
I put that down.
Sorry,
right.
I'm actually getting ready for the next speaker, so I've got some back stuff to do. So
Okay. Liana? Tabby?
Yeah, Leanna's here.
Okay, Liana, what you would like to be cleared?
A fear of being successful.
Fear of being successful.
Mhm.
All right. How does Egyptian sound? Egypt.
Familiar, I think.
Okay. And how does sun sound?
Sand?
Sun.
Oh, sun. I love the sun.
Okay. All right. So I am seeing an Egyptian lifetime where you prayed to the sun god with you. And I'm also seeing betrayal. I'm also feeling royal energies.
Yeah.
And which it must be very interesting in your life that you might even you have like a value, like when you go buy a dress, you'll buy and you automatically reach out to something which is expensive, and then you have to pull back and then go for something similar but a little bit less
yeah,
price.
always.
Okay. So
Yeah.
it's like a struggle. Why can't I get that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
And that's coming from the Egyptian lifetime because of the betrayal, because I see you as a royal, but I also see a betrayal energy from that lifetime. But that's why it's like you're pulled, and we need to clear your money blockages. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm supposed to see you in like
yes.
20 minutes.
What
so-
fear did you say?
Yeah, I'm like, well, I'm supposed to see you in 20 minutes. So, I mean, we could-
Perfect. We do half an hour because we
Yeah,
want to
that's what
clear
I
your
do.
money. I want you to be rich because I see that. I see that energy, but it's like you're not aligned with it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, perfect. All right, who is next? Then I'm gonna start. We're gonna start. I don't want to miss anybody who's here. Judy.
Hello.
Hi, Judy.
Hi.
What's your fear?
Honestly, I don't know.
Okay. Do you mind if I tune in?
No, go ahead.
All right, so I am tuning into your trauma in high school.
Okay.
And that's sort of like a created that started the pattern. There's a pattern with relationships in your life. Even though, are you in a relationship right now? Because I am feeling that.
Yes.
Yeah. But it's not, you love him, but it's not like, Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yes, I'm married. But not like, yes, I'm married and I've been married for so long and I love my partner. It's not like that. That feeling of, I've done everything, I don't know what to do, but I want to do something more, but I don't know what. But it's like you have the dreams, but it's like stagnant. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
And not knowing how to move forward. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, can we clear one thing for you in that?
Sure.
Perfect. So think about it, and you're going to write that down, write that down, and we're going to start working. Anyone else? We've got more people now. Okay, we've got Diamond, and we've got Mary Rose. So go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just coming in. What exactly are we doing?
Living with?
I'm sorry. Oh, so you were saying who's next? I was asking what are we doing? I just came in the room.
Okay, yes, we are clearing a fear. So one fear you have in your life.
Okay, well, one fear that I had all my life was social anxiety. I would like to clear that.
Okay, perfect. All right, and then come see me. I can help you with the relationships.
You talking to me?
Yes.
Oh, perfect.
All right, Mary Rose, I think you just came in. And Ali, did you also just come in?
I did, yes, hello.
Hello, hi. Okay, tell me, what is your fear? And we're gonna clear.
Oh, wow, okay. I would say rejection. That's a big fear I have.
Okay. And I'm getting a lot of pain with that. All right, so who else is left? We're gonna do that. Mary Rose, do you want to unmute yourself? And I hope I got everybody. Tabby, did I get you? All right, I guess.
I have a fear of opening up and letting somebody in romantically. I'd say a fear of relationships.
Okay. And who is this? I'm sorry, I'm not seeing.
This was Tabby.
Tabby, okay. Yes, so I've got a couple of people with fear here, with relationships. All right, so everybody just go ahead, write it down. I want you to put your feet on the ground, take off your shoes or slippers if you're wearing. I want just your feet touching the ground, okay? And let's start. We have 15 minutes, let's do some intense work. Precaution, I want you to be drinking lots and lots of water today and tomorrow, 2 days, okay? Like crazy, drinking water, going to the bathroom. You're going to start to see a lot of things clearing up. You'll start to feel lighter in your chest, in your head, and you're going to start to feel much more calmer and confident in your life as those fears start to leave, okay? We'll start the process. When I give you 2 days, you can clear it up in 2 days. Sometimes it can be instantaneously. It is up to you because every soul is different and unique, okay? When I say 2 days, I love to, unless until you try to hold it back, okay? So we're gonna go and jump in and say for you to allow yourself to clear it. Does that make sense? Because sometimes just the fear, as we're talking about, just the fear of letting go of the fear is fearful. It sounds crazy, but it is so true. It's like, no, I can't let go. I have to have it. What if I let go, then this good thing will happen. But what if I get pain from that? Especially in a relationship or even your soul work, or if you've had betrayal from past lives, then you're still holding back, okay? So if you have any of that, come get a session with me and I can actually help pull that out and you can start to move forward. All right, so I am going to be using a couple of things. Like I said, I've got the swan feathers. There's a lot of them. I met with them. It was very unique. I went to a park and I asked the swan, there were like thousands of swans, and I asked them, I was like, can I have fresh feathers? They just came and there was nothing here. And then I walked by and then it came back and there was so many feathers there and I just picked them up and I was like, thank you very much. And so those were all fresh feathers I received like gift from them. And I am like, I'm going to be using for that. So I'm going to be using the swan feathers to clear and release and as well as my golden light and my crystals. Okay. So it is going to be intense. That's why I said. So that's why I said the precautionary part, because you might feel a tingling sensation, or you might feel something moving in there, depending on if the fear is in your head, in your chest, or in your stomach. So those are the three places we tend to hold fear in our body. Okay, so close your eyes. We're going to take a deep breath in. And whatever we talked about, we're going to work on one fear. There can be multiple fears in everybody's lives at one point, but we're going to start with one today, clear one, so that your body does not feel overwhelmed and your soul doesn't feel or freak out. Okay, so take your left hand, put it on your chest, on your heart, and repeat after me and say it loud. So you are hearing it, your soul is hearing it, your mind is hearing it, and your heart is hearing it, and your fear is hearing it. Okay, so repeat after me. Today, I choose and allow Bhavna, the golden light, to clear and release my fear. And speak that fear which you want to be cleared, because you're talking to that fear now.
Fear of fame.
Okay. And everybody say it out loud, your fear, and say, I allow it to be cleared right now.
I allow it to be cleared right now.
I start that process right now, and I'm giving myself 2 days to clear it out.
I'm giving myself 2 days to clear it out.
Forever.
Forever.
We don't want to bring it back ever.
We're not bringing it back ever.
We release it.
We release it.
Completely out of my head.
Completely out of my head.
Out of my heart.
Out of my heart.
Out of my soul.
Out of my soul.
And out of my stomach.
Out of my stomach.
And it's okay to let it go.
And it's okay to let it go.
All right, give me 5 deep breaths, and I'm going to start with everybody. I'm going to come in the gallery mode so I can see everybody, and I'm going to start to work. I'm going to go to your soul now, and having the permission from your soul to be cleared from the soul. But if you have any past life energies, I'm not going to do that here. Okay, that requires more, so come see me. But I'm going to clear it from the soul right now. Going in there and so any energy coming from your soul into your life from this point onwards, from all time, space, dimensions, past, present, future, right now, to be cleared forever. This is with the golden light, and I'm anchoring it into your DNA, into your soul, into your body, into your heart, into your entire life. All right, now I'm going to balance you. So stay right there. You might feel a little lightheaded, and just staying right there. So just bringing in, I'm going to bring in Mother Earth right now. So you're going to feel her energies entering through your feet, coming up Thank you, Mother Earth. I love you very much. So she's coming up. You're going to feel her energies entering up your feet, going up, 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 coming all the way into your stomach and holding you and grounding you right there. And I'm just going to have her pull that fear and brought that and cleared it up, pull it out through and just giving it to her. It's going to go through your feet again, down into the earth. You're going to imagine it. And we're going to go all the way down into the fire in the center of the earth. And we're going to put it and burn it in the fire right there. And perfect. Thank you. And then I'm going to take that energy and the spell, so it does not stay in Mother Earth and do not hurt her in any way or form. So taking that and taking it out of her and clearing it out of our universe entirely. Release. Perfect. And I'm going to coming back into each one of your DNAs, and I am erasing that fear right now. Going into your blueprint, in your soul's blueprint now. Each one of yours, all those who are present here live with me. And I am going to be, this is for all the people only watching live, and you can come back and watch it as many times. I'm sorry, this is not for the people who are watching the replay. This has to be only for the live people, because I had to ask you the permission. Anchoring it into your soul's blueprint, each one of you, as I talked and connected with you. Perfect. That's good. I'm going to bring in my golden light around your soul and put. Perfect. That looks wonderful and amazing. Nice, 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 nice. Holding you and now putting that golden light protecting you so that you are in alignment for the full 2 days and nobody can take this and clear it or push it out. If anybody has ever cursed you, they cannot still take it or hurt you in that way. Just putting a protection around that. Nice. And that looks amazing. Perfect. And slowly you can all come back in this now and quickly tell me, how does everybody feel? You can type it in or you can unmute yourself and tell me.
I feel lighter.
Nice. Wonderful. So make sure all of you drink lots and lots of water. When I say water, it's like whatever you drink, I want you to double up immediately. Okay. So it should be like a tsunami of water going into and drinking and going to pee, drinking, going to the bathroom. And you might even have diarrhea, and that's perfectly fine. Don't think you are sick, because it's just clearing and letting go. If it was like stuck, you might have a lot of poop. And again, it's clearing it up. So don't feel bad about it. That'll be good. All right, so let's see. I feel calm and tingly. Yummy, good, good. I feel fuller. Thank you so much. I had intense shivers on the right side of my body, not so much on the left side. Is there a reason for it? Yes. Sometimes your body's holding the energy in that part of your body. So it's very good that you paid attention and knew that it was that side. Okay, so it cleared and released from there. Wonderful. I feel grounded and felt the tinglings in my shoulders and back. Wonderful. I feel hopeful. Yay. I feel present. This was beautiful. Thank you. Wonderful. I'm so happy. Yay. I'm so happy all of you came. And I'm again doing 7:30 p.m. So don't miss that out as well. Okay. And if we spoke, definitely get an appointment with me today. Okay. I am in room number 24. You can go to room 2, I think, to make appointments. And they are filling up fast. If you didn't, I am putting my information right here. So you can also go to my website and sign up. You will receive a free meditation from me. Okay, so like right there. And
Can I ask you a question, darling, for the group?
yes, go ahead.
If something happens to us in our past lives and then we are afraid in this life, we shouldn't be afraid because it's not going to happen again in this life, right? It already happened in one incarnation.
Sometimes one incarnation is fine, but say if it was a repetition in different lifetimes, you have the energy from that go to there, then go here, then go here. So then you have a couple of lifetimes energies coming to you in this lifetime. And that's what creates the fear and creates a blockage for you. So you know you can do it, but you don't want to do it because you don't know why.
Interesting. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And that's what I do is like when you come, I would just take that out and clear and release that for you.
Beautiful.
Okay. Wonderful. All right. Any other questions anybody has? I think I have 2 minutes.
Can you put your address again so I can copy it?
Yes.
Please.
And I want to apologize. I've been trying this whole time to put your bio in there. For some reason, yours does not want to paste in there. I've had no trouble until right now. So
whenever you can get in, that would be great. But everybody, you can go, this is my website, bhwellnessgroup.com. You can go read about me right there. I also have a nonprofit called savingpeople.org, and I am looking for people to join me to bring the lights and help the world. And if you feel called,
I hate to interrupt, but if you want to take a few more extra minutes, please feel free to. I guess I'm next in the room, and I am unprepared because of all the technical difficulties. So if you want to stay in the room and work for a little more, please feel free to do so.
Okay, I'll do just a few minutes. I have somebody for a session.
Okay, well, I don't want to interrupt with that either.
Yes, so just a few more questions I will take if somebody has before I go to my room.
I was just wondering because someone prefaced that you also heal people with cancer or COVID.
I do.
I'm just wondering. Yeah, is that through your Saving People org, or is that something
you want to?
Yes, for cancer patients, I've been doing healings for a very long time, and I have call it whatever. This is not proclaiming with any doctors or medical. Please, if you are, do not do not sue me. But yes, I have healed many people with cancer. But I also offer free healings of 20 minutes to empower them to live a better life and to get through that phase when they are the most down in their life. And I offer free healings for them. And then COVID, I do free healings as well through my Saving People. And I've been doing it since 2020. I was given this activation in 2012 by a lot of Ascended Masters. And I was shown about all of this in 2012. And the Galactic Federation and all of them, all the councils of light, they all came together and gave me this energy. And they told me not to do anything with this energy until the time was right, and they will remind me. And then they said, you will forget that. And I did. And in 2020, when this happened, Jesus came when I was going to sleep one night, and he woke me up. He said, remember June of 2012? I said, what about that? And he said, we gave you a gift, you know, and you were supposed to heal people with that. And I said, oh yeah, I forgot about it. He said, yes. And then I remembered the whole incident as he reminded me. And then he said, I want you to start healing people with that. And I said, okay. So that's when I did. So I don't charge because that was a gift given to me for a purpose. So anybody who's had COVID, when they are reaching out, you know, friends, family members, any person, please refer them. I also have free YouTube video with that healing. You can forward that, or you can ask them to call me, text me. You know, I'm there for them. I would love to help them be better. Okay, so that's, yes, that's through my Saving People. It's a new organization, but the idea is to help people and serve people, feed people, educate people, empower people, heal people, and to just have a beautiful, wonderful life, to live with love and peace, you know, and also animals. I love animals. So if you feel called to it, you would love to join me, let me know. I am looking for people to, it is going to be, it's a new organization. We are doing a lot. I've done a lot in the past 2 years. If you feel called and you would love to volunteer sometime, 1 hour, 2 hours in a week, or you want to be part of the board, advisory boards in different parts, whatever your gifts is, you could do, that would be great. I'm looking for people to join me all over the world. The idea is to help people all over the world, everywhere, not just one place.
I would love to join that actually. And do I go to your site and then just give email address and info that way, or?
Yes, I'm going to type in this as well. But connect with me. It's a 501c3. It has a 501c3 status. And
Don't take it away so fast. I can't.
Well, I'm trying to get to you, but it's not letting me. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay, fantastic. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Me too.
All right.
I'm sorry. I would like to help you in any way. And also do Reiki, and also see these in the Amazon jungle when I was taking my first step into the medicine. And I was telling me that I had something in my hands that also can do Reiki energy work and can help a lot of people.
You have the energy from the ancient elders. You've had lifetimes there, so I would say connect more with yourself and those ancient energies of you instead of doing the Reiki. I'm also a Mayan, Monaki teacher, and I work with the rites, and I also created the last, after the last rite, like I've created the 10th rite, which I'm calling it the death rite.
Wonderful. Thank you.
So, but I definitely want you to connect to who you are, because you have, I see you beyond who you are. Like, let's put it that way. I see you at the soul level. Make sense?
Yes, I understand. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Nice to
All
meet
right.
with you.
I can take over anytime now. So.
All right. I am going to go to my room. Liana, if you are here, please join me.
Well,
Number
I am.
24.
Thank you.
I am glad I recorded this because I was looking forward to your presentation and I got caught up with difficulties. So I apologize for not being present, but thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, everybody. Let me introduce myself. My name is Eugene Ledoux. I call myself a conversational intuitive. And the reason I say that is there's so much going on. I see energy. I see dead people. I know that's kind of cliche. But the reason I went with conversation instead of a reader is I found I have an ability while speaking with people to bring all of that, including tarot and everything else, all into play at one time. And it becomes more than just a reading. It's more interactive. It gives you the opportunity to explore some of the questions for yourself in a way, almost like a guided meditation, if you will. I am a poet. I am also a photographer. So as you can see, my puppy here behind me, it's actually my brother's puppy, but it's just my brother and the puppy. But I have a lot of fun with it. And normally what I do in the room is I will do a 1-card reading for most everybody, if you want it. But I'd like to start something a little differently. I've never actually shared some of my poetry on here, and one of the things I would really like to do is this week. I don't know how many people have been paying attention to the 2 that have been going on this week. It's been an extraordinary week of energy. So I thought I would share a poem that actually came to me and I was able to write this week. I do not memorize my own poetry, but now I just got to find it and pull it up. This one is called The Lesson of the Puzzle. This was inspired by someone that said to me, I feel like I'm falling to bits and pieces. They were going through some spiritual growth and some other things, and this was what I was led to share with that one. I would also suggest while I read this, if you have water or if you don't have water, please get some. I don't know why it's important with this poem, but it's actually part of the poem when I wrote it. And so I just tell everybody, if you have water or don't, please get it. If it says drink, take a sip. We don't want to guzzle. We just want to take a sip. And here we go. Welcome, my friend. Sit there. Do you have breath and water? Breath for understanding. And only sip the water, do not guzzle. Good. Now let us speak of the lesson of the puzzle. Revelations of the mind often lead to bits and pieces. Confusion and questions blocking what you know to be true. Clarity of purpose is far from what you knew. Take a breath. Drink. Recognition that there appears a fear that never ceases. To do or not to do, each a bit and piece of the puzzle. Fear's call to action prevents the truth wearing a muzzle. Drink. Breathe. Reflections of the truth are delivered through the visits or vistas of beauty. Graceful tongue, sweeping brush, an effigy in metal and stone. Bard, beggar, or beast, through all is the truth shown. Breathe. Drink. Recouping the knowing of oneness can seem like an agony. But once you have heard and understood, the puzzle is complete. The future, both past and present, becomes a blank sheet. Drink and breathe. Remember, as all decisions are tested, so the puzzle is reborn. Each moment a moment of creation. Movement and flow, the natural corridor of our ration. And that is the end. But it's one of those things that I ended up sitting down with this person, and we went through it line by line for about an hour and a half, and that is kind of how I've learned that I am supposed to teach certain lessons. Just out of curiosity, does anybody have any questions about the poem or what kind of things it was giving? And that's okay if you don't. Is there anybody that would like a 1-card draw? Okay. Diamond, do you have a particular question?
My path,
Your path.
as in career path.
Career? Okay. For that, I'm going to use a regular deck of cards.
Okay.
I use 3 different cards. I use a Wildwood deck because that has the Wanderer. I use a regular deck of cards, and then I use a deck that is a regular deck, but it has the theme of the Day of the Dead. Some cultures celebrate that, and I found that I resonate with the deck very well. All right, Diamond, I am going to say go. When I say go, when you feel like it, say stop, all right?
Okay.
Go.
Stop.
You got the Six of Hearts. The Six of Hearts, that means your career path is going to be doing something that you hold dear. It is something that is almost complete in your life. Do you have something in mind for your career, what you want to do?
Right now I'm working on a tea business, and then another is like a wellness center that deals with like Reiki, meditation, yoga, like that. But I'm not
So
sure.
you kind of want to do it all then, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I would say go for it. Why not? What is stopping you? Because when you see the heart on a career question, that's something that it really means you have to follow it. This is something that it will be a success because you will be a success. And the number 6, and I don't follow a lot of the different modalities that you'll hear, but for me, the number 6 is almost there. You've reached almost there.
I'm at the door, but I haven't went inside yet.
That is correct. And do you have someone that has passed that you've shared this with and they were supportive and you kind of missed their support? The reason I'm asking, there's an energy around you. This energy, I can't tell if it's male, female, I can't tell if it's old, young, but there's an energy around you that's kind of, if they could, they'd give you a kick in the butt saying, get out there and do it.
No one, well, I would say the only one that has passed is my grandmother. Yeah, that's the only person I would say.
Was she kind of blunt?
Oh yeah.
That's why the kick in the butt then. All right. That makes sense. And this is something, keep your head about you, but follow the heart. You will know what to do as you're doing it. One of the things I would recommend is sit down with a pen and paper and say, what do I have to do next? Write it down, write it down. Your heart will give you guidance. The mundane area of businesses and stuff like that, you can find out. That's easily found. But the business itself, you follow your heart. If you feel like teas and Reiki and massage therapy and all that, why not? Okay. Allow your heart to lead you. It seems to be a theme this week with that, or today I should say with that, but in my life this week. Anybody else have something, or what? First of all, did that help you at all?
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else have something they'd like to ask? It's kind of hard sometimes when you get to this time of day because everybody's already had a little bit of readings and a lot of stuff going on. I can't remember who was in here earlier saying, look, I just had this reading. I want to get in that energy. And let's face it, I cannot say her name. I'm sure Bhavna, she was fantastic. She probably helps a lot of people with what she did. But I'll tell you what I'll do. We'll go back to the poetry and see if we can read another one. This one is it turned out, I should say, to be an affirmation that people are starting. I posted it on Facebook a while back, and a lot of people came and said, hey, we're using this as an affirmation. It's not a long one. It's called Calling the Corners. I call upon the spirit of the eastern light. Show me warmth today with guiding sight. I call upon the spirit of the southern soul. Show me my past ignorance with forgiving goal. I call upon the spirit of the western wisdom. Show me the future with compassion's kingdom. I call upon the spirit of the northern compass. Show me always heart and hearth in life's repast. The corners are called, the circle is set. So be it. Let me live with no regret. And the end on that one. But people have, I guess, chosen to use that when they get up to kind of set their intent for the day. I don't know what you all do with yours, but we have a lot of people meditate, they pray, they do a lot of different things. I would encourage you, if you don't have something, and I don't want to say ceremony, but if you don't have something you do in the morning, I would encourage you to find something that you can do to set your mornings. The morning is such a great time for starting. Well, sounds stupid, but starting your day. Let's set it right. Alexandria, welcome back.
Hi.
Seems like we have a lot of the same people, but if you want a one card reading, I am willing to do one for you.
Sure.
Okay. I have 3 decks. What kind of question do you have?
Yeah, I'm like, I guess I'm wanting to go forward like in more creative work. So maybe something about that.
Okay. I am going to use a regular deck of cards, but this time I'm going to use, I don't know if you could see them because of the way the things work, but this is a Day of the Dead deck.
Okay.
And it's in different cultures. And the reason I'm going to use this one is because it's put together very creatively. A lot of artwork, a lot of meaning. I don't know if people are familiar with the Day of the Dead in some cultures, but it's a celebration, not necessarily a sad time. It is also very reflective. All right. I'm going to say go. I would like you to say stop when you feel like saying stop, right?
Okay.
Go.
Stop.
Oh. Well, this is interesting. Y'all remember me saying this is kind of a heart week? I don't know if you can see this one. This is the Queen of Hearts.
Okay.
Would you say your question just one more time? I want to make sure I'm seeing this right.
No, I'm just like wanting to move into more creative work. So it was just around that. I guess I didn't have a
Okay.
specific.
All right. That makes it more clear. When I see this card, of course, the heart, I would have to tell you, you got to let your heart step into it. You've got to allow yourself to feel your art. Your inspiration, I think that's going to be key for you, is where you get your inspiration for whatever artwork you do, whether it be drawing, writing, whatever medium you choose. Pay attention to your muse. Do you currently have a muse?
Like an abstract kind of muse, or like
It can be anything. It can be abstract. It can be a person. It can be even a lot of people don't realize, but even spiritual growth or what you might call a life lesson can be an inspiration or a muse.
I mean, kind of like there's things that draw me. Like I have a kind of pull, I guess. Like one thing's like just more knowledge right now. I'm trying to, kind of open up to different levels of that. And so, but I don't, I don't know about a specific muse. Yeah.
Okay. Well, what you just described is actually a muse. You know, you want to open up to more levels. Um, have you ever felt like you had to create and you couldn't even sleep until you finished creating whatever it was you were being inspired?
Sometimes, not too much though, but yeah, I mean, I've kept a lot in.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
here's the reason I asked that, and
Mhm.
because when I'm looking at the card, it's definitely the queen, so it's a female energy, but it's got the flame. Okay, that flame is very important. Flame can be cleansing, it can be inspiration, it can be so many different things. However, there's a scarf around the neck of the queen with, I guess you'd call it, I don't want to say medallion, but maybe a brooch. That kind of leads me to say, put your butt in the chair, do it. You know, when we say if you want to open up, there's only one way to do, and that's to do it. Set aside a time and say, I am going to be in this space until I've done something. As a writer, there's times where I cannot not be in the space. I have to be there. As a photographer, is the same way. Full disclosure, Tabby in here is my daughter. She knows that when I get on a rant or something with my art, that I have to. But sometimes you have to build up to that, and you want to go further in your art or your craft, however you want to say it. You got to put your butt in the chair, so to speak. Allow yourself to open up. Become the tool for that which you're trying to portray. I cannot tell through this card what your art is, but I would say it's definitely strong. There's a strength in it. So, but you got to do it. You got to sit down and do it. I know that that's generic. It may be standing and do it. It may be dancing. Who knows? But you've got to do it. You've really got to do it. Trying to think if there's anything else coming through for you, and yeah, there is. This is intuition. In my mind's eye, I'm seeing a container. I don't know if it's a train type, a car train container, but it's something about that size. This container, I just feel like for some reason, this container is going to have some meaning for you. I don't know if it's for your art. Actually, I think it's more toward, give me just a moment. I'm trying to put this together here. You ever see those ships that have the container ships? I can't remember what those containers are called. But I'm seeing one of those. That's what it's one of those ship containers. And in it, there is a bunch of stuff. I don't want to say junk because it doesn't quite fall that far. But if you, around where you're living, you come upon one of those not the container itself being sold, but there's like a container of stuff being sold. You want to sort through it. There's something in there for you, either a book, a journal, something. I can't tell why it's important, but it's important. So if you run this could even be a garage sale. Pay attention to it. I don't know. Do you collect books by any chance?
I have a lot of books. I don't collect them. I mean, I mean,
This
I
okay. This
just
is
have collected my own book.
okay. Well, I don't know why that's coming through. Again, it is. But pay attention if you go to some kind of a sale and there's a book, look through them. There's something there for you. Um,
Okay.
I don't know if it has anything to do with your art or not, but it's there. So, but
Okay.
anyway,
Thank you.
we are
Thank you.
actually 3 minutes from the
Thank-
next one. And I apologize if I sound a little. I'm hosting this room, getting ready to go host another room, and we've been having some technical difficulties, so it's been uh, a little bit out of sorts at the moment. That container thing, I'm sorry, that's just pressing itself over and
Huh.
over.
Hmm. Strange, mysterious.
Yes, it really is, and I hate it when I get this because I can't. Sometimes, a lot of times actually, I give a message to someone, and it may be months before they figure it out. But for some reason, I'm not meant to know what that is or to explain it. So,
Okay.
all right. All right.
I open.
I don't know who is supposed to be in this room next. It's like I'm watching the times, making sure I'm ready for the next person. But thank you for allowing me to do that for you. Um,
Thank
it
you.
was a privilege. So, all right, give me just a moment. I'm going to step away here just a moment to get a drink and see what I got to do for the next person coming in. All right.
Yep.
All right.
Thanks.
Just let everybody know we are waiting on the next speaker to come in. I'm trying to find out what's up.
Wasn't it perfect, Sheri? Exactly.
Yes, I know.
What room do I go to?
Right now she's right now.
157.
Right now, what we're going to be doing is she's going to be going into her private room. All the speakers are going to go into their private room. We're going to start moving you around. So this is your opportunity to be placed and meet some of the practitioners, speakers, and listen to what they got to say. Ask them some questions. It's like speed dating.
Oh, what room is she in to go to set up my session?
Right now, she's in 157.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, guys. So let's make sure, Vicky, that let's see what's going on with